everybody? I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight we're talking about, of course, FTX, Binance, crypto, stocks, housing market, everything seeming to go down, and we had elections. And there's a whole bunch more. And we're going to talk about this as we maneuver around, under, over, and through these obstacles to get to our financial freedom goals, because some of this actually helps us. Let's talk about it tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room tonight. That's right. If you're trying to get in the chat room and say hello, you can't if you're just a subscriber or if you're just watching the live stream, because on Wednesday nights, members with the icons next to their name are the only ones that can be in the chat room. Everybody else, you can watch. And please share the videos. Hit that button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that share button so other people know what is going on. A lot of people out here working hard. They're working their behinds off, 1 job, 2 jobs. Some people even do 3 jobs. They don't have time to consume information. So if we can give them a little bit of information so they don't have to work 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, well, 4 would be tough. But if you don't have to work these extra hours personally, and you can actually be at home while your money is working for you, that is what we're talking about here tonight. We'll get into that. But we got to talk about this FTX Binance because it's bringing down the crypto market and the stock market, and by extension, the real estate market, because you guys have to understand these projects, these exchanges, they are leveraged. How are they going to give returns to the people they're supposed to give returns to? They have to be leveraged, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want you to know, when something goes down like an FTX token, there's actual real companies that have invested in the FTX token. And when it drops 99%, they have a problem. Liquidation in more than just one location. And this also gets us to the story. So what I'm going to do here is, you guys are going to have to help me here, because we have people in the house, and we're going to have to show who they are. But don't forget to smash the like button. That's so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. All right. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. He has the icon, naturally, since it's members only that can be here, next to his name, and he brings his tagline tonight: hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. The knife is falling. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No time to catch a falling knife. And I got the notification and trailer. That's right, everybody who comes in tonight, please let me know if you received the notification and trailer. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, and there's another thing. AKA Mr. Cool is known as Laverne Penix as well. So thank you once again for being here. Mr. Cool's in the house. Everyone else, who else is in the house? We have Victor Marrero here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room with the icon. And he has one of 2 taglines. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we try to do on every live stream, because don't miss our Monday and Friday night live streams, where everybody can be in the chat room. So please join us on those occasions as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Victor Marrero, thank you once again for being here. Please let me know if you saw the trailer and received the YouTube notification. So I'm going to start this off tonight, and I'm just going to go to an article, a video on a page. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear, but please let me know if you can hear the video. I'm going to pause it in about, I don't know, maybe about 10 or 15 seconds when they get into it. Then I'll come back to the page. But let me know if you can hear the video. Otherwise, I got to make other arrangements so you guys can hear it. So let me see if I can get this right, because I don't want to double on it. All right. Professor Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only with the icon that can be in the chat room. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, you guys noticed I called her Professor Auntie Val. She deals in crypto, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, she might have something to say with this FTX Binance scenario, and we're going to go over it. But she brings her tagline, good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength and the support, ladies and gentlemen. And she got the notification and trailer. That's good. That's 3 people, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's get into this. Let's see what happens here. Let me know if you guys can hear this. All right.
Here's our Coindesk Bitcoin News Roundup. It's a story shaking the entire crypto industry. Binance, the largest crypto exchange in the world, is highly unlikely to go through with its proposed acquisition of struggling rival FTX after less than a day of reviewing the company, according to Coindesk sources. Binance's non-binding letter of intent for the takeover hinged on Binance performing due diligence. Roughly half a day into that process of reviewing FTX's internal data and loan commitments has led Binance to strongly lean against completing the transaction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you heard what she said, because otherwise I'll have to do it a different way. But as you know now, or maybe you don't know, the saga all began 3 days ago when Mr. Bankman, who owns FTX, or majority holder, he said, hey, somebody's going to help us out. But before that happened, CZ of Binance, he made a statement on Twitter saying, hey, we're going to help somebody out, and, it'll be all good. And then, of course, Bankman from FTX had to come out and say, yeah, we need a little bit of help. We're not really liquid. And then all of a sudden it turned into, hey, we need help. And so who's going to help them? There's only one person ahead of them. That's Binance at the time. So Coinbase, they're state regulated, United States regulated. They're not coming in to help these guys. Come on now, let's get real. So Binance was looking at it as an opportunity. Maybe I can get that FTX.US along with all the rest of it somehow, get my sticky fingers into it. At least that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'd be thinking if I'm number one. I'd be like, okay, you're in trouble. Let me see if I can give you a little help. I'm not Bill Gates. Now, let me explain something, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I say Bill Gates is because in the 90s, Apple, that's right. You know, Apple, that company everybody reveres right now with Steve Jobs and all that. They were losing. Windows was winning. They were going to be out of business. So it's a funny thing. Gates said, hey, it's no fun to be number one and not have any competitors. Plus, it's no good for the marketplace if we don't have any competitors. So how about if I loan you a few $100 million so you guys can stay afloat and stay in business? So you run your Apple system, I'll run my Windows system, and we'll go from there. That is an unknown story that people don't pay attention to. Binance, on the other hand, they were initially trying to help out, saying there's no reason for us to control the market anymore. We own enough of it. So we're going to try and help you out. Except there's one little problem. when your company is all a house of cards, backed by nothing in reality, and you're out here borrowing against other assets, and then you have other companies that you have evaluated to make it look like your coin is worth more than what it really is because those other companies are buying the coin. There's a bunch of shenanigans going on in the background. Well, after they did their one-day due diligence, just like she said, of course they were like, wait, you guys don't really have assets. When we really look at this, at least that's my assessment. I'm for sure Professor Auntie Val may look at it a different way, but that's the way I look at it. And so therefore, in less than 24 hours, they're like, hell no, I'm not messing around with you guys. That would not work out. That would not. Why should we do this when you're actually going to go out of business? And who else is going to bail you out? Nobody. Nobody's going to have the billions. And if they did have the billions, so what? Now, let's get into the second part of this. All right? Because I'll go to the second part of the video. Everything Victor Marrero is saying is falling around us. Stock market, crypto, 401k with no recovery signs, 2023 property tax increased over 30%. Exactly. Time to start planning for Plan C, moving out of the good old USA. There you go, Victor Marrero. Welcome to be on board. This is why I was talking about Punta Cana 2.5 years ago, to let everybody know you better have Plan C in place. And by the way, Victor Marrero does have Plan C in place. This is why you want to own property offshore, outside of the USA, where you can actually leave and you don't have to come back to the USA. That's all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. When you own real estate in another country, you can work your way into residency easily, especially in the DR. But nonetheless, all I'm saying is he's exactly right here. Plan C, Plan D, Plan E, because United States is a third world country, as you guys know I've been saying. The rest of everybody else don't really know it, but we are. When you have the top 10% own 70% of the wealth, the lower 30% of the wealth is spread out amongst everybody else. Who's going to be paying the taxes and the monies to pay for bridges to be repaired, roads to be repaired, when you don't have to pay taxes? You're really going to leave that on the other 200 and some odd million people? That's where a problem's coming in. And Victor Marrero mentioned something else, that property tax increase. So somebody's going to have to explain. You guys know what your property taxes go to, right? It's like, fire, socialist system, by the way, fire, police, right? Infrastructure in your city and counties. That's why you allegedly pay taxes. Funny thing, though, nobody's gotten a 30% raise or a 10% raise or a 5% raise at their job. So you have to start asking yourself, where's these raises coming from? Well, who owns the companies? The millionaire, billionaire class, those top 10%ers. They get to raise their prices 10, 15, 20% to make sure they make profit. So therefore, the price on the other end to the end user is going to cost more. So keep all this in mind. This is the way America's going. They're not stopping the printing presses. So we're going to continue with this. So by extension, FTX is doing nothing more than what a bank's doing. These crypto exchanges and these crypto companies are doing nothing more than what any other hedge fund does. They're out here borrowing. They're out here creating these other subsidiaries, evaluating those subsidiaries, and then turning around borrowing against that subsidiary. They're just leveraging themselves because they have to give a return to somebody, and no return's coming because they're not really making money unless you're buying and acquiring another entity. So that's what we have to think about, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Binance was FTX first investor. That's correct. They bought the FLL, right? I mean, the FTX token. SBF was stabbing CZ in the back with SEC. Exactly. Oh, we can get into a lot of this tonight because she's giving out facts too, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe FTX.US regulated, Binance.US regulated, and what she's saying is CZ in the back, SBF, which is Bankman, he's going around as FTX, bad-mouthing Binance, trying to get them having problems with the SEC. Now, in return, because of this situation, guess who has problems with the SEC? And probably the FTC as well. Who knows? But the point of the matter is he's regulated in the United States, and they're coming knocking because they're like, wait, how are you not liquid? You have a token that's supposed to be backed, and you're saying it's a 1-to-1 ratio. What's going on? Why don't you have the money? And 2 days ago, you said everybody's assets were fine. That was just posturing, I see. So now Binance, the fig leaf, which is all it was because it was due diligence, he already knew that they were over leveraged because he had the Alameda Research Company. He knew Bankman had all these other leveraged companies, and he actually controlled, and he knows they were using those to buy the FLL or FTX token. All right. So playing chess is payback. Had no intention to buy out. Exactly, Professor Antival. Exactly. I thought for an instant he was going to do the buyout, the bailout. But then it was like, why? Why would you do this unless you're acting like Bill Gates? You're not going to do that, especially knowing the history. Like she knows the history between these two. And there's also other things such as there's suspicion that the little hack on Binance had something to do with Bankman involvement as well. So that is another reason why this was odd for him to be the savior. And I just think it was more of DD, due diligence, ladies and gentlemen, to find out how big and bad are these guys. They're not nothing. We're dropping this. I agree with this 100%, Professor Antival. Very astute because he can pick up all the pieces. He has the biggest exchange. CZ could do whatever he wants. He doesn't need He doesn't need any exchange. They're just going to fall by the wayside. He'll get the additional customers, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000, a million. Who knows? He'll get those customers anyhow if they're not already on Binance. And FTX.US, that's probably going to be gone too. So how many places, exchanges are going to be .US? So he's going to get those customers too eventually. Either way, it's going down because even if he files bankruptcy, he's going to get FTX customers altogether then. So either way, he's going to win. Big players knew or suspected the shenanigans of SBF. That's why no one else has stepped up yet, as far as we know. Yet, Antival, nobody's stepping up. That guy, Bankman, he's got, as far as I know, he's got 5 companies associated making it, and it puffed up FTX because he had values in other companies calling them part of the overall subsidiary group. And so that's the whole problem here. So everybody suspected it wasn't that far-fetched because people were saying this a while back. But you guys know back last year, the year before, there was other YouTubers doing the FTX thing. You guys noticed I never said, hey, here's the link down below for FTX because they were doing some things before they were FTX.US. And so I was like, okay, these guys, I don't know what they're doing, but I just didn't like how they were operating and moving. I was like, this something's just not right. So that's why I never talked about FTX. Not to say I've talked about a lot of other things that went south as well, but all I'm saying is sometimes you pick and choose, and that was one of the times where I said nope, and that's why I was one of the few that was not promoting FTX. All right, Antival, FTX could make Luna, Celsius, and Voyager look like peanuts. That's what's going to happen. And remember, FTX actually has something to do with Voyager. Remember, that's under the FTX banner. When Voyager has, I don't know whatever happened, but bankrupt, gone, whatever, they're under FTX. And FTX was talking about helping out BlockFi. This is crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It was all leveraged. It wasn't liquid. He just had an evaluation based on his companies, and he was borrowing against those. So yeah, he had billions borrowed. He had billions in cash from the exchange, but all he had to do was just sit there and take the exchange transactions, just like what Miracle Cash and More is going to be doing. They have an exchange. Is transaction fees enough for you? It should be. When you have hundreds of thousands of people, FTX.us has 600, or actually, I don't know how many people they have, but they have thousands, millions of customers. So 688 million in transactions a day. Come on. Why isn't the transaction fees enough? Greedy. All right. Look who else is in the house. Vanessa Comagate is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to her name. And welcome to the Wednesday night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room. And she says, hey, boss and SSN fam, the Seamulous Genius is in the house tonight. Thank you so much for being here, Vanessa Comagate. I appreciate it. Auntie Val, what's good, sis? Showing some love. Alameda Research is the key. Exactly, Professor Auntie Val. That was another shill company. He actually has, look, somebody, a woman's running that, allegedly. But he has something to do with it. And he's sitting there using that company to buy his freaking FTX tokens. This is what I'm talking about. And then creating a value out of thin air. And then using leverage to borrow in that company. I'm pretty sure it's the perfect playbook. This is what banks do, by the way. All right. This is what banks do. They take your money in. Then they say we have under management, assets under management, AUM. They'll say we have, $1 billion. Oh, hey, Fed or some other bank. Can we borrow $100 million? We have $1 billion under management. Sure, take the $100 million. That's no problem. Then they go and buy some more assets, and then they borrow against those assets. That's how this works. That's what banks do. They use your money to leverage it to get bigger and bigger loans. All right. In fact, Alameda Research is the key. I agree with you 100%, Professor Auntie Val. Auntie Val, hey, Queen, doing well. Thanks. Very good to hear, sis. Flywheel. Exactly, Professor Auntie Val. I meant to put that out in the video I dropped last night. It is the flywheel effect. A lot of you don't know what that means, but I don't know the terminology, but basically it's kind of like what I was just explaining. You have like an FTX. I create a token. I sell it to you. I have 1 million people buy my token for $50. Let's just use an example. And that's $50 million my token is worth after we done pumped it up. I go around and say, hey, who will give me $15 million? Yes, okay, that's 30%. We'll take that. We'll give you $15 million. You take the $15 million and I go do, I know, I'm going to do Alameda Research. I know what else I'm going to do. I think I might even want to buy up some of my tokens with that free $15 million. But then, remember, I'm the owner. I have some other tokens in my back pocket that I didn't release. So I'm going to give them, I don't know. I'll give them 1 million shares at 10 cents. Now, all of a sudden, that company's worth 100 million. Next thing you know, they get to borrow money. See how this goes, ladies and gentlemen? That's how it works. All right. That's how simple it is. Victor Marrero says the Osceola County Kissimmee, Florida property tax is outrageous. Okay, Victor Marrero. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I know it's election season. I know it's politics, but I know who to blame. It's becoming unsustainable. On top of that, my insurance is also going up. Have to eat about 300 more per month for both. Beyond insanity. Yeah, Victor Marrero. Think about the people that are around Disney right about now. Unless there was some sort of negotiations going on and Death Santis, or shall I say, the sanctimonious Santis, who won. Remember when the free speech of saying, hey, I don't agree with your LBGTQ stance by Disney, their little letter that just said, I don't agree with the governor. And, you know, like a dictator, he said, oh, we're going to make sure you don't have your tax status. They didn't have a tax status. They were paying all the taxes that residents weren't paying. So now residents have to pay the taxes that Disney was paying. And it's, oh, well. So, yeah, I'm not surprised about any tax increases in the Orlando area at all. But some people are going to have tax bills that are outrageous, all because of that little, I thought, free speech, in which it was just an opinion. I disagree with you. What's wrong with that? And then you're going to go after a company and corporation? That's not a good sign. All right. Here's the other thing. I just found out, for speaking of high taxes in Florida, I just found out some other properties that I have rarely talked about, other than you guys know I've been at grandma's house and doing other things. The tax bill, I was just like, is this for real? I couldn't believe it. I was looking at the tax bill, just like Victor Marrero saying, in Florida, and I was like, this can't be right. And just like he said, it went up out. I could have sworn it was $500 a year, $300 a year or something. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, no, how about $1,000, $1,500? I was like, what's going on? But he's right. I'm still questioning. There's some land in Florida. They sent me a bill for that, and I was like, is this right? I was like, is this 2 years in a row or something? I was like, what's going on? And they're just like, oh, no, that's the new taxes. So it's not just Osceola County and Kissimmee, Florida. It's also other counties in Florida doing outrageous tax increases. So much for no state income tax, because they're getting it a different way, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Vanessa Comagate, it's very crazy. And exactly, Vanessa, gangsters is crazy out here. But you guys, we talked about this before. We all knew what was coming, right? I've been talking about this for 2-3 years. We knew what was coming. It's unsustainable. Everything, they're printing money. That's always been the big thing. Our dollars are going, they can't go as far as they used to. So I'm going to play the second half of this video so we can, let me know. I guess you guys must have heard it, because I haven't had anybody say they didn't hear. So let's go with the rest of this. It's only about another minute long. Check it out.
And U.S. Securities and commodity regulators are probing whether FTX.com correctly managed client funds, despite protestations this week by the ailing crypto exchange's CEO that all customer holdings were covered, according to Bloomberg. In a tweet posted Monday, and subsequently, FTX CEO and his company has, quote, enough to cover all client holdings. Meanwhile, the majority of FTX legal clients quit today, according to a C4 report. This a headache as the troubled exchange deals with a liquidity crisis and potential regulatory scrutiny. And Galaxy Digital is saying it has exposure of around $77 million of cash and digital assets tied to troubled crypto exchange FTX. The crypto-focused financial services firm is run by CEO Michael Novogratz. And this all comes as Bitcoin is touching a 23-month low Wednesday as contagion fears ripple across the crypto industry. It's the first time BTC has fallen below $17,000 since November of 2020.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you could hear that video, but I'm assuming you guys did, because nobody's saying they can't hear. But here's the thing. Did you guys see Galaxy Digital, $76 million tied up into FTX? This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Novogratz. the CEO, which is very, very interesting because if I'm not mistaken, I think he used to do hedge fund stuff or mutual funds or some funds, ETF funds. And funny, he's get into the digital space as well. So now you understand what I'm referring to when the banks, the hedge funds, they're all over this playbook. They're just doing the same thing they're doing with the dollar. What is a dollar bill really? It's might as well call it crypto. It's worth the same amount. You have to believe it's worth a dollar because there's a dollar on there. Crypto doesn't have any dollar denominations, but you have to believe Bitcoin is worth $15,900 right now, and then buy it, right? Same thing with dollar bills. Once people eventually stop believing that a $100 bill is no longer a $100 bill, that's when your currency collapses. And we're marching towards that, unfortunately. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why we're marching toward that even more. It has nothing, just take the federal government out of this altogether. All right. Government has no bearing on this. What has bearing is Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, Mellon banks. All right. They have a bearing because the Federal Reserve is separate. They can buy up all of their debt if they want to. They can give them loans if they want to. Federal government can't do jack crap about it. All right. That also means they can print money out of nowhere because when you give somebody a loan and you don't have to have a reserve at the bank, like I said on Monday, that now means somebody can actually just tell you, oh, thank you for your $100,000 in our bank. What are they going to do with it? Whatever they want. The point of the matter is they can just easily go to the Federal Reserve and say, hey, that's $1 million. It's 10 times the value. Loan me $1 million. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? They have $1 million. Then they turn around and tell you, the bank, you come in and say, hey, I want to get a $500,000 loan for this house. They're not giving you $500,000 in money. They're giving you $500 in a note, a debt note. They just created money out of thin air because there is no $500,000. It's paper. But the value is based on that house, is backed by it, and you're paying it back. You're renting the house back until 30 years later or 15 years later when you pay it off. Then you own it free and clear, and then you can pay these property taxes out here. And by the way, after 30 years, your property taxes are not going to be nowhere near what they were when you first bought the house. Think of 20, 30, 40, 50% more for the privileges of owning your own house. All right. So when you really start thinking about it, gangster is an understatement. So the bank gives out all these loans backed by real estate. Then they go leverage it. The Bankman model, the bank model. They say, hey, we bought 10 homes. They're worth $500,000 each. That's $5 million. Loans, not real money, paper, but loan me. That's $5 million. Can I get $1.5 million here? They say, sure. It's only 30%. No problem. But what happens when those homes go down to 250,000? And now they're going, whoa, wait. That's not good, because now that's only 1.25 million. We gave you 1.5 million. We have to call that note due right now. We need that 5 million. They're like, I'm sorry, I can't give you that 5 million. And since my subsidiary bought it, I think we'll just have to file bankruptcy. It's all paper, but somebody actually owes the money. It's derivatives stacked on top of each other. And that's why America and all the central banks around the world play the same game. Who gets hurt? You, me, the little guys. This is why you have to be in the emerging millionaire category, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Yep, have no choice but to pass the tax increase down to the renters, but we have to be careful or occupancy rates will start falling. No renters will be able to afford it. This will not end well for owners. Exactly, Victor Marrero. This is exactly what's going to happen. I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. And here's the other thing. I'm going to pick on my man again. Most people, I think they know what this guy is right here. I got to pick on him because here's what happens. Victor Marrero saying it exactly how it's going to go down. First of all, lots of people have money in somebody's funds, right? You get 5%, 6% a year, allegedly, on your return until they say, I'm sorry, we can't give you any money. The reason why he can't give you any money is, this dirty little secret is, when he bought this property, he put down 25% using the investor's money, which is fine. But the rest of it, he has borrowed funds against it, and he has these no caps on some of the loans. So when the interest rate increased, guess what happens? He owes more money. Now he can't pay his investors. Now, it's 5%. Remember, it was the 5% return. You're not going to be able to, after it went up 1 or 2 percentage points, you can't even pay nothing out for a long time. All right? So now there's going to be hiccups, or you're going to have to go borrow some more money, which you have the assets to do, to be able to then somehow pay the investors. But now here's the problem. Victor Marrero just said it. I'm not going to be able to raise their rental rate another 10, 15%. So now my renters are looking at me like, hey, man, I'm already paying $2,000 a month. You're trying to tell me I got to pay $2,500, $2,600? No, thank you. And now occupancy rates fall off the shelf. And now you don't have the revenues to come in to pay for any servicing of all those notes. And now you start crumbling down, ladies and gentlemen. And Victor Marrero is exactly right. This is how it's going to play out. There's a lot of these companies that bought like this, thought they were slick. And yeah, he's one of them, thought he was slick. He has some of these things, and he's not going to be able to pay. Oh, and by the way, yeah, when you have to be licensed and regulated in the United States, the United States federal government, yeah, they come knocking. And yeah, they came knocking. I'm just saying. All right? They're knocking. They've knocked already. They're talking. In case you guys don't know. It's well hidden. I got to give the guy credit for that. But it's actually going down. All right? So lots of people are playing this FTX game in the real estate world, in the banking world. Anything that you can use as an asset and then leverage it, that's what people have been doing. They haven't been caught because there hasn't been any interest rates increase like this for 40 years. So they always thought it was safe. What's the worst case that can happen? It goes up to 4 or 5%. What the heck? So all I'm saying, this is the fallout that's happening, ladies and gentlemen. So Victor Marrero, you know what it is. He has it. He said it exactly right. It's going down, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'm going to do something else because I'm not going to let the FTX go because we're going to talk about. I'm going to just show this right here because this is I don't know if this is legitimate or it's a rumor, but this is what I would be doing. This is literally what I would be doing right here. Personally, I would have been like the same thing. I would have said, hey, man, if I'm going to give you these billions, I need FTX.US. That's what I'd be saying. I mean, what would you guys do? Would you seriously know you have to give somebody billions of dollars just to bail out? And what do you get in return? An IOU? Hell no. I'm not taking no IOU. I'm going to be like, I need your exchange. And I don't want the ones in international waters, or I'll take the ones in international waters that's licensed and regulated. Or you're just going to have to give me up that FTX because it's highly overvalued at this point now that your token has decreased to 99%. So he came back and said, he probably said, no, until, here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not enough. That's not enough right there. What happened is all of a sudden, they're just like, hold on a second. They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean the feds are coming here to check on you? Then, of course, Binance is like, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I can't help you. That FTX.US, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You think I want to be in a war with the federal government, United States government, over your ass? Hell no. You forget that. So nobody in their right mind would be doing FTX.US at this point, which is the other valuable brand that he had. So therefore, the deal is off. At least that's one of the many reasons I think the deal's off, besides his leverage nonsense. So the bank man gave away all of his money like he wanted to, I guess. But it's a damn shame. All right, here we go. Auntie Val said banks and BlackRock loaned millions to FTX. You ain't lying, SBVF got problems. The whole thing smells like a setup. Destroy crypto, rescue crypto, control crypto. Auntie Val said it exactly what the game book is. This is, okay, look, you guys, we were talking about this. I've been talking about this for the last 6 months. When I said Goldman Sachs came out, blatantly said, we want to own exchanges. They blatantly said that because they realized there's billions of dollars worth of transactions on a monthly basis. They don't have to do anything. No risk involved, no leverage needed. They'll just sit back and collect $100 million, $200 million a week in transaction fees. They don't have to do anything. They just let you buy and sell this crap. That's the way they look at it. There's no need to interfere. And so the last sentence is exactly the way it's going to play out. Just what they've done for gold and silver. People used to put their money in gold and silver when there's a bad economy. So therefore, what are you going to do? I'm going to manipulate the gold and silver markets. I'm going to come out with ETFs. I'm going to come out with silver-backed coins or silver-backed dollars, gold-backed dollars, any way to dilute people from buying gold and silver. The same thing. They're doing it in crypto now. They just thought crypto was going to fail. They didn't think it would last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They thought, it's no reason for us to even mess with this. Nobody's going to buy stuff you can't hold in your hand and it's electronic. Little did they know that's all they have. When I go to a bank, it's an electronic readout saying this is how much money I have. Okay, thank you. I mean, it's no different in reality. But you have greenbacks that you can hold in exchange, whereas crypto, you can't hold anything in exchange. But nonetheless, that's why they were like, this won't work. And then they badmouthed it saying, no, it's no good, hoping it would go away, the people's money. So now, as Professor Auntie Val says, destroy crypto is what they're doing. And now notice she said BlackRock loaned FTX money. FTX can't pay them back. BlackRock, just the largest hedge fund in the world, damn near, behind the Saudi Arabia fund. In the US, anyhow. They're the largest. They're the big bad wolves. So, of course, the federal government's going to go in and go, hey, we got to protect our boys. Because can you imagine how much BlackRock loaned these guys? I don't know. But I would venture to bet it's not $10 million. That's all I'm going to say. And BlackRock doesn't like losing, so they're going to call up the SEC and say, hey, man, you better shut this down. We need some of this money. You better go over there, shut this down. Do your due diligence ASAP. So it's no surprise that the SEC is on board quickly. If this was a bank, SEC, if this is a bank or a hedge fund or Robinhood, remember when Robinhood did what they did a year and a half ago, when they blocked us from being able to buy the AMCs of the world. And the SEC did what? Nothing. What did they do to Citadel for backdooring people and having that agreement where they couldn't buy the stock? What happened? Nothing. No problems. But as soon as you have their money, all of a sudden they're Johnny on the spot. There's no, we're going to look into it. There's no reason to do an investigation. They'll work it out amongst themselves. None of that. So therefore, destroy crypto. Make it where people don't want to put money in. Coin prices are dropping, right? And then you control it on the backside. Similar to 1929, 1930s. How do you control banks? You have bank failures. Then you have the government say, hey, I know, we have this Federal Reserve guys over here. We'll help you out. We'll start off a bank or two, like a Mellon Bank. We'll give you a bank. We'll have a bank here and we'll open up a bank here. We'll be fine. We'll run it. We're the billionaire class. We'll run it. And we'll let you set up a banking system, but we're independent. Just as long as you keep us in the ecosystem, we're good. And that's where the Federal Reserve comes from. Destroy all the banks independently, and then you turn around and buy them up. Same thing has been going on for the last 100 years. They're doing it to crypto now. They've already done it to gold, silver, and precious metals. Now they're doing it to crypto. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Meanwhile, we have to pick out something else, ladies and gentlemen. James Way's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room. Those with the icon next to their name, like a James Way. And he brings his tagline, the rent is too damn high. It's getting cold outside. Good evening, all. Good evening to you too, James Way. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate everyone's support who's here. And don't forget, smash that like button. And that's so the YouTube guys know that you're in the house. And please, if you like what we're talking about tonight, stay tuned. We have more, because it's all about investment strategies are a must. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about, and click the all notification bell and share the video so other people will come here, because you're not going to get this type of point of view from any other live streams, because we have chat rooms open. We have a communication system here. It's not just me out here talking. Everybody can have a point of view, which actually helps us as the collective body here in the SSN Nation. But I think we can all agree what goes down, because we've seen this playbook before. It's going to happen. So Binance still gets to be number one. Coinbase gets to be number two. FTX gets to be in litigation all over the world for the next who knows how many years. Or go bye-bye. Take your pick. All right. I don't see anybody else. I know BlackRock's not going to invest in these guys. Goldman Sachs not going to buy them out. I don't think nobody's going to buy them out. They have debt. They're the debt makers. They're not going to buy a company that's in debt and has no revenues coming in. That's not going to work. And under investigation too. That's like Enron. Why would you do something after you find out they're being investigated? It's a wrap. XRP, again, you guys, we talked about XRP like 2-3 years ago. XRP is a government entity as far as I'm concerned. What I mean by XRP is a government entity, I mean Ripple. All right, that's the first factor. Then what I mean is XRP as well, because remember, silently for a year and a half. They went through an SEC investigation, but funny thing, they're not shut down. So that's why I put them in the category of Bank of America, Wells Fargo. That's what I'd put them in the same category, except it's crypto. And no wonder they're going to be in the ISO, right? 2022, 2020, 2022, right? So all I'm saying is they've been plotting, the banks, the federal government. They just don't want to legalize it in America and regulate it. Because if they do that, guess who gets to play? Everybody gets to play. It's like legalizing weed. When they all of a sudden started going, yeah, we're going to, well, they didn't really, the government didn't, but states said, forget government. We're going to legalize it in our state. Why? Because we're going to have revenues coming in. But, oh, the federal government wants their federal tax money off of it, though. But they're not going to regulate it federally. This is crazy, right? Same situation here, ladies and gentlemen, with crypto. They're not going to regulate it federally because then you and I, we can actually go down, get licensing and be regulated and do all this stuff and operate legally. Something like what Miracle Cash and More is doing over in Spain, Cyprus, Amsterdam, Holland, and upcoming UK. Because what do we do? Investment strategies. Let's just call it what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what we need to do going forward. In my opinion, let me know what you guys think. Now, in light of the elections, however it's going to turn out, we're going to have a little gridlock for the next 2 years. It could get worse. Gridlock means nothing gets done to rectify any situations that have occurred. So that means it could be stalemate. We don't have 2 years to be in a stalemate. We have 2 years not to go to a full-blown third world country, in my opinion. Because if you're not building any infrastructure, if you're not increasing wages dramatically, if you're not lowering the cost of living somehow dramatically over the next 2 years, there's going to be a problem when you have 200 million people that are living well below American standards, and you're having infrastructure crumbling. And that infrastructure that's crumbling, you actually have monies allocated to fix it up. But after you fix it up, where's the money going to come from to maintain these newly polished, brand new infrastructure, buildings, roads, bridges? That means our tax monies have to increase. Taxes have to go higher. If taxes have to go higher, where are you going to get this extra money? Let me know if there's anybody here tonight that's in the chat room that works and gets a W-2, and year over year, let me know if they gave you a 30% increase in your wage. I want to know if anybody got a 30% increase. I'll even settle for a 20% increase. The answer is probably going to be nil, soccer terms, zero. All right. So all I'm trying to say is, imagine if, like Victor Morero was saying, 30% increase in taxes. You have to get a 30% pay raise in theory. In actuality, when you start thinking about it, it's 30% for groceries, 30% for taxes, 30% for whatever else. You need 30% more. That's hefty. If you're making $2,000 per month, 30% means $2,600 now is what you need to make to maintain exactly what you could pay for last year. That's just right now. Next month, you have another 1, 2, 3, 4% increase. So now are you going to get a 2% raise next month? No. You're going to get another 2% raise the following month? No. So you're still going to be behind the 8 ball. So what can we do? We have to have streams of income coming in, passive income. Unless you want to keep getting another job and you're going to have to spend 16 to 20 hours a day when you decide to have 2 jobs, full times. And that's just to stay ahead. So you have 2 family members working, most likely in most American households. And that puts stress on families, and you're going to still be living paycheck to paycheck. You can't outpace 20% increases year over year over year. You can't do it. So what do? We've been looking for outlets, and you guys know I'm a big fan of Miracle Cash and More. I'm a big fan of the debt box token. I'm told you I'm going to be talking about this for a while because we have a perfect example of what's happening right now. What's happening with FTX? This is not FTX, not the only one. There's other exchanges that have Voyager gone. We've had Celsius, wasn't an exchange, but money was parked there. They're pretty much gone. All these projects that we invested in, the DAOs, gone, or node projects, basically gone. All that money's off the table. We were looking to get passive income, but these were projects. These were like startups. We were thinking, hey, we'll take a shot. Money we can afford to lose. But you keep putting in money you can afford to lose, money you can afford to lose, money you can afford to lose. All of a sudden, you put in a big chunk of money and you don't be like, wait a minute, none of these worked. So now, this is why the latest, greatest thing that makes sense is I can't see any investment at this point as far as crypto goes, unless that crypto project has real world stores, real world assets, real world business, and it's tokenized. No more startup stuff, no more dreams, no more 1% a day that can't get an ROI from because the coin price lost 99% of its value. And then, of course, they have to add additional fees on most of these companies or crypto projects. They have to figure out how to, you're going to claim your rewards. Now we got to charge you 10%. Oh, okay. Well, now we have to charge you an extra 1% so we can give that back into a pool. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. Backed by all nothing other than what you said. Now we have 2 projects that are on the horizon that have started that you can get involved with, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to play the video tonight because we're 1 hour in. So I'm going to give you guys a promo. In fact, I'm going to play 2 of them. I'm going to do cash flow first because we have a way that you can get in. But first, I'm going to play the cash flow NFT first, and then I'm going to play the debt box node second. Back to back, so you guys will understand. 30% salary increase, right? Are you kidding me? You'd be lucky to get 2.6 salary increase per year. Exactly. Only when you jump from one company to another, you can see a nice increase, but not even close to 30%. Exactly. There's going to be a cap. So I agree 110. Nobody's going to be able to ever say I got a 30% increase. And like Marrero said, yeah, if I'm in the Silicon Valley and I work for Facebook and I just got laid off and they were paying me $150,000 a year. Now all of a sudden I'm looking for a job and they go, oh, you worked at Facebook and you're going to go work at Google. Google might say, oh man, we'll give you 180 now. And we'll give you some stock options to offset some additional increase. That's the kind of stuff that would happen. But generally, if you're making $70,000 a year, nobody's running in there to give you an extra $21,000 and boost you up to 91 grand. The most expensive cost for a company is employees. Because what you guys don't understand, the company pays the FICA just like you. So you look at your check and go, that's FICA. Guess who pays the other side of that? The company. So when somebody thinks they're getting paid $40 per hour, and then you look down and the FICA is like, I don't know what it would be, $25, $50, whatever the case may be. From your paycheck, so you're getting $40 an hour, but your check, when they do it, 40 times 40, what is that? 1,600? 40 times 40. I'm a little off. But anyhow, 1,600. So my check comes, and you're sitting there like, okay, it's not 16. Is that right? I don't even think that's right. But just play with me here. 1,600, let's say a week I'm getting, and then all of a sudden the FICA comes out, and the FICA says, oh, that's $200. Let's say, I don't know what it is. Well, they got to pay 202 to the federal government. And if they give any benefits, they're paying some of that too. So in actuality, they're giving you more than $40 per hour. That's why you're going to have these tech layoffs. That 150 G's, 200 G's they're giving these people. That's a lot of money. They're not really giving 200 G's. The company's paying 220, 230, 240. So just keep that in mind. So that's why they're the first to go. So no, never happening. Not going to happen. That's why we need these extra streams of revenue, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the first video, Cash Flow NFT. You guys have seen this before. It's 4 minutes. It's not a new one. They don't even have it. Well, they might have a new one, but I don't have it. And they have stores backed by crypto. You can get an NFT. The stores have these items like an exchange that makes money. There's no reason to do anything. They have ATM machines that get transaction fees just like an exchange. No reason to do anything. That's serious stuff going on right here. They have stores where people can walk into and actually get help. They have a phone number that you can call and goes to the store and customer service. You can get help. They have other items that you'll see here in this video. There's 6 items and an exit strategy of 4 years. After the 4th year, they want to exit out. The 5th year, they want to sell the company and get some of these hundreds of millions of or billions of dollars. And if you're an NFT holder, guess what? They share it with you. All right. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. How significant is that? Now, this is interesting. I can't find this video. And I've played it almost every time. All right. Well, it looks like we have a problem in the back office. So what I'll do is I will play. Oh, we found it. All right. Check this NFT out. If you want to stay in crypto, get something that's backed by a real business. Get something where the business and the country has regulated crypto. All right. The country has regulated crypto. That allows a person to open a store that is licensed and regulated in that country. So when we're talking about the country so far, Cyprus, Spain, Germany, Amsterdam, Holland. Next up, the NFT is for the UK. Licensed and regulated in the jurisdiction to operate. Check this out.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores. Crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to. Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $900,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Real World Stores. They have them already started in North Cyprus. You can go see it yourself. North Cyprus right now, Amsterdam, Holland. Right now, their first stores. They're going to keep creating more stores, which means more revenue coming in. Search the channel for Cash Flow NFT or Miracle Cash and More, and you will find a couple of videos. In fact, we have Micah on, who owns Cash Flow NFT, which is the marketing arm. There's only $5,000 one time. Some people may be saying, hey, there's no, I don't have 5,000. Fair enough. Guess what? We have ways that can make it happen. They have at cashflownft.net. There's a link down below in the description. You can become an affiliate. So you can refer other people that buy the $5,000 NFT and you receive $500 for each one. So you do that 10 times. There's your $5,000. So just letting you know, that's one way you can do it, or you can join us. We have a sister property, SSN Lifestyle. You can put in increments of $250, $250, $500, $750, $1,000, $1,250, $1,500, for instance. We already have $2,500 in our group economic plan. It's called Cash Flow NFT 5,000 Business Opportunity. You can use your debit card, your credit card, your checking account via PayPal. If you do that, then you better check that box that says, I'm going to pay for the transaction fee. Because if you don't pay for the transaction fee, basically it's $10 you're going to lose for every $250 you put in. So if you put in 1,000, that's $40 that's going to be taken off. So your contribution will be $960 after that. And you basically 960 goes into 5,000, or 960 divided by 5,000. That's going to be a little less than 20%, probably 19.8 or 19.8. That's what it'll probably be. So otherwise, you would get 20% if you put in, let's say, $1,000. That's 20%. So whatever they issue monthly, you are entitled to 20% from all the profits models that they have. All right. Just letting you guys know, that's how we do it. We help you out. So you have two ways. Go in, use the link down below, Miracle Cash and More. You'll see the link down below. Therefore, you can go buy for 5,000 there. There, you have to use crypto to buy the NFT. They'll give you instructions. All right. You can buy more than one. There's only, out of the 1,488, there's 608 left. Now, the other option, use the link down below also, Miracle Cash and More. Use that link, go over to cashflownft.net and become an affiliate. Please use my link, because guess what? I found out by looking into it further, if somebody signs up using your link, you get a little percentage. It's not that much. I think it's 1% or something, 2%. I don't even look at it that way. But that's why I prefer to use my link, because that helps me. If you're actually doing something, that helps us out here. All right. The other thing, we have our group economics. So therefore, you'll see a link down below that says Cashflow NFT, and that'll take you to the website. Now, breaking news. Here we are. Breaking Sequoia Capital. Oh my, no wonder the SEC's on site. You have some of the big time hedge funds wrapped up in this, ladies and gentlemen, who invested hundreds of millions, there we go, into FTX, has marked its FTX investment to zero. This will affect traditional market, as Sequoia is only one. Oh no, Sequoia is not the only one. So since Professor Auntie Val brought it up, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. In the last 45 minutes, as Professor Auntie Val's talking about, she put it in there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not something that's small. Look at this. That flywheel that I was talking about earlier, check it out. They illustrated here perfectly. Zero, the value of its stake in cryptocurrency exchange, FTX. Oh my. Oh my. Can you imagine Binance going in, doing their due diligence and finding out Sequoia Capital's in this? I mean, can you imagine? Oh my, BlackRock's in this. They're like, oh, we're not touching this with a 10-foot pole. This is Fed written all over it. They're coming in to save these cats or do what they can to minimize the damage. Wow. A stake that as of last week represented among the most sizable unrealized gains in the venture firm's 50-year history. It alerted its limited partners in a letter that it sent out to them this evening. Oh my, when Sequoia invested in the Series B round of the Bahamas-based outfit in July 2021, FTX was valued at $18 billion. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. See how they got it? Series A. Series B, they get valued at $18 billion. How much can I borrow after I have an $18 billion evaluation? Oh, I don't know. Maybe $3 billion, maybe $2 billion, maybe $5 billion. Now, 2 months later, the company was valued by investors at $25 billion. How did that happen? Because their token price increased. In January of this year, FTX raised a $400 million Series C, and now it was worth, January of 2022, total funding to $2 billion, and its valuation to a breathtaking $32 billion. The flywheel. Now, when I have $32 billion, I did all these raising, all these rounds. I now can leverage I don't need to make money. Although they were making money, I don't understand why they would do this. But he's leveraged it apparently. And there you go, the millionaire. He could probably get, 10 billion, 7 billion, whatever it was, easily off of paper, ladies and gentlemen, and an exchange with people on there. That's a lot of money. They're calling it a series of missteps. This is crazy. He's $8 billion short on the exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not good. Here it is. This is not good. Yeah. Presumably others of FTX investors, SoftBank, BlackRock, Insight Partners, and Paradigm. Oh, no. No. Limited partners today about making some same decision as an LP itself, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan Board, which is invested directly in FTX. Oh, no. This is all bad. All bad. Look at these names, ladies and gentlemen. That's billions gone. It's going to be billions gone. More uncharacteristic was Sequoia's decision to tweet out the letter tonight after sending it directly to investors. My, ladies and gentlemen, this is bad news. Here's Global Growth Fund. Oh, no. They got billions, unrealized billions. So I don't know what that means when they got in, but that's probably some hundreds of millions of dollars. Wow. Endurance Partners does not include Sequoia Capital Growth Fund. China Annex Fund. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bad. This is bad. They started naming who invested in FTX. No wonder Bankman was acting a fool. He had billions, more than the evaluation going on, no doubt. And he had a green light to go to any of these banks, do whatever he wanted to do. And his other subsidiaries also, I guarantee you, have borrowed funds from half of these guys. Wow. Rumor is Tom Brady and wife invested a lot in FTX, and that may be why they may be getting a divorce. Yeah, you got that right. Not laughing at the divorce, Tom, all right? All I know is when they had the, what was it, one of the Olympics, I never looked at Gazelle as that beautiful in reality, other than, models are beautiful when they're made up. Women are beautiful when they put stuff on. But beauty's from the inside out in reality. But when you start talking about beauty as in looking at somebody, she's beautiful when she's made up, ordinary when she's not. But the fact of the matter is, when they were down in South America and she walked out during the Olympics, I was like, now that's hot. I was like, she's hot. I was like, holy smokes, she's bad. And all I can say is, as an athlete, it's very hard to be a very, very good athlete and have a wife for years, because your wife has to make sacrifices the whole time. You're off playing games away and you're gone for 2-3 days, nothing major. But then you're a superstar where you're doing commercials, when you have to go do camps. So you're away from home a lot. And so when you start doing year 1, year 4, year 5, year 10, year 12, year 15, and so you're watching your whole, and remember, in a woman's case, she's high profile herself. So she was doing some things herself, but she put some things on the back burner. So when you get to year 12, you're like, hold on now. Year 15, hold on now. Hey, you've been doing this a while. You're the GOAT. You're the baddest dude on the planet. You don't need to do this anymore. It's time to come home. It's time to, I mean, come on now. You get to year 20 and you're thinking he's retiring. And then all of a sudden he says, I'm not going to retire right now. He's like, wait. 20 years? Hold on a second. I'm raising these kids while you out here doing all this stuff, which is cool, but I'm a superstar too. We both contribute. So you could see where this is something that's lasted a long time that normally would not. I mean, look at Seal and Heidi Klum, two of the coolest people together, but they couldn't last forever either. So it's just a matter of two superstars, two powerhouse people. There's only a limited amount of time and you still want to be a superstar. It's very hard. So it's no surprise. I'm surprised it lasted that long, quite frankly. Just supply and demand. Eric, thinking long and hard about purchasing an NFT. Laverne panics. He's thinking about diving in to the NFT with cash flow NFT. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. It's 5,000. So if you're going to do it that way, or you have to join us on our contribution for the group plan, either way it works. But yeah, it's I think it's one hell of an opportunity, backed by real world assets. Can't go wrong. Now, let's see. We have Mr. Financial in the house, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Curtis Davis. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where members with the icon are the only ones that can be in the chat room. Everybody else, you can watch, but join us on Monday and Fridays. Chat room is open to everybody. All right. Company hate to pay more money. They pay what the market will bear. So company want unemployment to be high. This forces high skilled people to take low pay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Very well explained. That's exactly the situation. Now, speaking of situations, this thing with Twitter and Elon Musk, man. These trust fund kids, man. I just don't know what to make of these guys. Just so cavalier about people's lives. Just crazy. I'm taking over. You're fired. See you later. The guy didn't even bother to figure out who's doing what. Didn't even care. Just, you're fired. And now days later, he's like, oh, I wanted to implement this because I thought this was on the drawing board. And now somebody calls him up and says, you fired that whole section of the company. What are you talking about? And you're going to hire some new people that know nothing about it. Now he's like, hey, can you come back? I mean, that's cold-blooded. I'm sure people are going to go back, but, I'd feel a certain way. I'd be like, dude, you didn't even bother to come in the office and even check and say, hey, what are you guys doing? How you doing? What's going on? What section you guys in? I'm trying to implement some things. I need to let you know. You guys have heard I'm going to be having to let people go, but I need to find out who I need to keep. I mean, why wouldn't this be part of the conversation before you start firing people just because? Half of the workforce. That's crazy. And now you have to recall. Embarrassing. But again, it just shows you that these guys don't look at the collateral damage that they're doing. These billionaires make so much money. Well, he's the richest guy, right? He doesn't care. He's not. I mean, he seemingly cares by the way his companies operate. But when it comes down to it, I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but if I had 3,500 people working for me, 3,750, by the way, and I took over Twitter or any company, and I know we're in a recession, I'm probably going to sit there and go, well, I bought the company. I'm not going to fire you. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, I'm probably going to have to let people go over the next 6, 7, 8 months so you guys can get yourselves prepared. I am the richest guy in the world, so I don't need the money. So I just want to let you guys be able to find another job. I have no problem. You'll all get, whatever your rating is in the files, that's what you're going to get if somebody calls up or whatever the situation is. But I'm just letting you know, you got about 6 months. And then so And then as 6 months come up, or in the next few months, I'm going to pinpoint which sections are probably going to leave or which employees are going to leave. So that way you'll be 6 months in advance. We're still going to pay you what we're going to pay you. Everything's fine. But to walk in and be like, hey, 1,500 people out of here. Inhumane in reality for being the richest guy on the planet. In fact, the richest guy on the planet, the top 1%, he's in the top 1%. They own 50% of the wealth on the planet. The planet, ladies and gentlemen. So why is this I got to fire you today thing? Why wouldn't it be like, hey, man, I give you 6 months before we fire you. So that way you can go look for a job. I mean, it's bad economy and everything, right? Inflation's running rampant. Yeah, I know you get paid 125,000, 150,000, whatever, but 6 months. I mean, that's what I've done. That's why it's disgusting to watch this stuff. And then, like he says, people are going to be rehired probably at a lower pay point. Man, guys, professor says, guys, FTX has tanked the whole market to get real dollars. That's right. They hold or held billions in BTC, ETH, Sol. Oh, yeah, Solana. Yeah, that's in trouble too. And not only and the worst part is people were exchanging into the FTX token, giving up, like Professor Auntie Val saying, giving up the ETH, the Sol, the BTC, the whatever coins, the BNBs, all of it. This is billions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Look, in fact, you guys, let me know. Well, actually, it's not an open chat room tonight, so I guess I can't ask people what they thought about Cashflow NFT, the Miracle Cash, and more. But again, you can sign up as an affiliate. I'll go back to that with Cashflow NFT because I'm going to get into something else. Because I'm going to go over here, and here's Sequoia information. Now we find out it's even worse. This is blowing up. This is blowing up even the stock. Because there's companies that are in the stock market, like the Sequoias, like the BlackRocks, their funds, they are being affected on the stock market by this. This is crossing the banks because banks had to underwrite this stuff. So remember when you're going through their series, banks are underwriting these. So who's the banks? Who knows? It could be B of A, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. It could be a myriad of banks. And they're underwriting this. They have these tokens. Some of their underwriting fees are paid in the token, which they can't sell for X amount of years, usually. It'll say it has to be locked for a year, let's say, 2 years. Can you imagine all these guys that invested and have this token was locked or whatever they gave them as the collateral is locked? And so they didn't do anything. And now 99.9% of the value of their token is gone. That's crazy. All right. Look at this. $2.47. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. That also means I would expect tomorrow on the stock market for it to be in the red. These are big time companies taking like hundreds of millions of dollars out of their pockets. And unfortunately, it's out of some of their investors' pockets. The people that invested in their funds. This is crazy. Sad day, ladies and gentlemen. Sad day. Justin's son making noise about helping FTX. Justin's son, he never disappoints. This guy, he always will make noise, knowing good and well he has no business even thinking about helping them. Nor should he, nor can he. What the hell is he talking about? That is crazy. Justin's son, though, he's going to tweet it, I know. In fact, let's go see how this garbage TRX is doing. Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious? What the frick? Are you serious? This is crazy. This is crazy. That's funny. That's funny stuff right there. Come on, where's it at? I want to see this. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Here he is here. Market cap 5 billion. That's very funny. This dude's funny, man. You're gonna need more than 5 billion, man. They already need 8 billion that they cop to. It's higher than 8 billion right now because their token price just went down. So whatever, they probably need like 16 billion now. And they still got to pay back their creditors, which is in another billion or two. There is no way he's going to sell all his Tron. Is that what he's saying? This is crazy what he's talking about. There's only 1 or 2 people that can help out, and they're not. Ripple ain't going to help you. Come on, man. Ripple ain't going to help you. Vitalik's not coming to rush in from Ethereum. He ain't going to help you. Tether ain't going to help you. BNB ain't going to help you. USDT not helping. Binance again, they're not helping. Ripple ain't helping. Cardano ain't helping. Oh, Dogecoin ain't helping. Polygon definitely. There is nobody coming to the rescue in the crypto space. There is no Federal Reserve. Binance is the last Federal Reserve. Oh, that was BTC. Bitcoin.org, they're not coming in to help you. And there's Binance. They're not coming in to help you either. So Tron trying to help you. What kind of nonsense is this? What is this? He's not. Come on, man. Stop playing with me here. Is he playing with me? Is he really playing with me? Let me know what you think, Professor Anival. I think he's just and again, I don't know why any company try to bail him out. Really, I don't understand. He's under SEC situation now. He's federal government, USA, and he's also going to be outside of the United States and other countries. There's going to be litigation. Strip Tech company did the right thing. Strip Tech. I don't know what Strip Tech is. Mr. Financial, you're going to have to Stripe laid off too. Yeah, they're all going to lay off. They all are. They have less revenues. Your workforce is normally number 1 on your expense for a business. So what can you do? You can knock off a few hundred people. Your expense ratio goes down. Remember, a lot of these people, $10,000 or more per month. You knock off 1,000 people, that's like $1 million. I mean, it starts getting up there. So your workforce is number 1. And then you start cutting back on other areas, but workforce first. And whoever's in the financial industry, they're going to be doing layoffs. There's no way around it. And now, after this FTX debacle, that we now know the standard bearers in stock market, the Blackhawks, the Sequoias, they had their money mixed up in the FTX. This is going to affect the stock market, and that liquid money is gone. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that's real money out of the crypto space and out of the stock market. Investors can't use after you go to zero. It's gone. You can't withdraw it, can't deploy it for another stock or crypto. It's wipeout. He just sucked out potentially $30 billion or more. Actually, it's more than that. He sucked out billions. Let's just use his numbers. I'll use his rounds number. 32 billion evaluation is sucked out of the market, at least. Never mind the leverage plays from the borrowing for the Alameda Research and all these other companies. Because remember, Bankman has his hands in 5 or 6 other subsidiaries that has loans. And they're using the FTX token borrow against. They're wiped out now. Because unless they're going to truly save them, which TRX cannot do it, unless he's got something that we don't know about. He doesn't have $15-20 billion. So I don't know what Justin Sun's even smoking. And even if he does, whoever tries to bail out FTX and gets FTX.US, no matter what you're doing, you're going to be in litigation for the next 2-3 years. So why would you do that as a company? That doesn't even make sense. Put your other company in harm's way. Not good. Not good. Curtis Davis, FTX tried to say they were safe on Monday. Exactly. But now we find out it's U.S. market too. Exactly. They're not safe. It was a lie. Yep. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. SEC and DOJ working in a joint investigation. There you go. There you go. Bankman, you better move offshore. But I don't think you're going to be safe offshore either. Because as soon you're done. He's done. He's in trouble. Not financially, he's in trouble with the SEC because, again, we all know what he did. He's actually leveraged other entities. He's done the old shell game. Prop up another company, make that a subsidiary, borrow against that. Then you guys go and buy your other company, and your company goes and starts another company in a joint venture. You get people to buy into that, invest into that, you pop that up, then you borrow against that and create tokens. Same thing. He's been doing this, and he's done it more than once. So it's all good when people are giving you billions of dollars. It's all good. You get blank checks all over the place. But then when you're not really holding the money in the accounts, you got problems. So all I'm saying, it's not going to happen. I don't see it. This is shocking. Further to my announcement to stand behind all Tron token, TRX, BTT, JS, holders on FTX, we are putting together a solution with FTX to initiate a pathway forward. Oh, he's going to go all in? Oh, no. Are you serious? That's funny. That's funny. Wow. Justin Sun. He's not playing? Is that what you're telling me? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? God. No freaking way. I have to go look this up, Professor Auntie. This is insane. It says 10. This can't be right. I mean, what are we talking about here? I'm looking at this. This can't be right. They don't have crypto. Oh, wow, they do. Damn. Okay. I don't know if this Sun is his. I'm not familiar. Okay, I'll put it this way. Ever since the TRX thing, all he's ever done is nothing concerned. Always talk JST, SUN. On this could help. Uh-oh. I think I got lost. I got lost for a second. All right. So, Professor Auntie, please let me know what are you saying? Okay, BTT, that's garbage. TRX, garbage. Are you saying JST, Sun, and HT are actually tokens? This is what, so Justin Sun has done the same thing that everybody's done. They pumped up and created other tokens, pumped it up, did the same flywheel stuff, and then acting like he's good. People that have their tokens in FTX can't withdraw. What's he saying? This makes no sense. Mm, mm, mm. I disappeared for a second, ladies and gentlemen. You know the Kremlins get in here whenever we start talking financials and start critiquing information. FTX has a $6 billion hole in the balance sheet. Yeah, but Bankman said it was $8 billion. Is this worse than Luna stuff? It's worse than Luna. Professor Antival actually took the words out of my mouth. Way worse. I agree. It's leveraged. It's not $6 billion. It's not $6 billion. Bankman said $8 billion already. First of all, and if Bankman said everything is fine, no worries, and it's $8 billion, we know it's not $8 billion. It's a hell of a lot more than $8 billion, because all those big time companies, they invested in these guys. They gave him $1 billion or $2 billion themselves that he's not going to be able to repay. So he's more than $6 billion. Plus he's international. So I don't. It's more than that. And it's way worse because Binance, they have the funds. They would have just bought him if it was $8 billion. If Binance would have said, "Hey man, here's whatever, $15 billion and go bye-bye." All right, we put a little money in your pocket. We got everybody who has their money in your ecosystem. They can withdraw. We provide liquidity. If they want to stay with us, they can move over to Binance, whatever. But they were even like, no, we're not messing with this. You have big time players. You got guys that are in the SEC's pockets. That's not going to work. That's silliness what they're doing. Silly. This leverage by FTX is comical. He's not fooling anybody. They said he was a genius. Yep, exactly. He's not a genius. He just did what Justin Sun's done. He's done basically what all the guys have done. All the exchanges that Voyager, Celsius, all of them, they've done the same thing that a bank has done, except they're not a bank. They don't have a Federal Reserve that can give them unlimited loans. They don't have that capability. So that's why this is even more disturbing. And especially when these guys are actually nothing more than token project creators, exchanges. That's all they had to do was they didn't have to even mess with it. They didn't have to do leveraging. All they had to do was just take the money from their exchanges and other business and say, okay, here's what you earned. Just what they're talking about the NFTs with Miracle Cash and more. Just like Deadbox. Same thing. But yeah, he fooled people. Well, he didn't fool everybody. There was several people that was saying the bank man was doing the leveraging and doing the flywheel effect. There was quite a few people saying that. And again, keep in mind, Mr. Financial, you notice while all the other YouTubers were touting FTX, I wasn't, but I did mention Voyager. Voyager bye-bye. We did mention Nexo, Celsius, BlockFi. Celsius bye-bye. Even though they're licensed and regulated in certain states. But still, didn't stop anything. I didn't do FTX, though, because Bankman was always sketchy in my book. I didn't believe the hype either. Tron ecosystem tokens stuck on FT. Oh. Professor Antival, that's not good. That's not good for Tron, TRX holders. This actually puts new light on why Justin Sun is sounding silly. So if he has money that's locked up on FTX, and you're saying the ecosystem tokens are stuck on FTX, of course he's going to say something. All he's saying is, hey, man, give me 50%. Give me 25%. Can you take anything out? And he's like, no. SEC DOJ just came knocking. They told us to leave everything in the accounts. Nothing's moving. Sorry, I can't do that. I don't see how this works. If there really is, oh yeah, speaking of that too, I forgot about that. Yeah, they're all dead because SBF was doing the Voyager deal. BlockFi, they were helping them with funding for that. Yep, Celsius is dead. Yep, rumor is SBF is in the wind. Oh, no rumor. He's a geek. Looks like a geek, acts like a geek, is a geek. Wouldn't surprise me if he's offshore. Like I said, he's offshore. Pretty sure he's where. Damn, I can't remember the other crypto guy. Wherever the other crypto guy is in South America, wherever that jurisdiction is, where there's no extradition, he's over there, hanging out with him. If he's gonna run, but if he runs, then it's really over. There is no deal anywhere. But yeah, Voyager's done. That's bad. Celsius done. BlockFi deal dead. BlockFi's still up though, right? Because BlockFi is a Fed situation as far as I'm concerned. But everybody's getting screwed on this one, ladies and gentlemen. You have the whole industry backing this guy, Bankman. The whole industry, whether the stock market guys, the federal banks, whether it's crypto, the stars of crypto, they're all backing this guy, buying the tokens, putting them on the exchanges. And this only leads to say the one thing: not your keys, not your crypto. That's all we can say, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, all these ones that Professor Val just mentioned. This right here is billions of dollars. BlockFi, Voyager, Celsius, FTX, now TRX. From what she's saying is their ecosystems on FTX. So if you start, this is billions. And not one, not two, not three, not 10. This is going to be 20, 30, 40 billion dollars. And they're taking L's, and Sequoia already said we're taking an L. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? This is crazy. All I can say is this is bad. This is so bad. It's ridiculous. I'm in shock. Here's the funny thing. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, here's the wildest thing. Everybody goes, oh, crypto should be regulated. Oh, FTX.us is regulated. He's still short. Celsius was regulated, still short. Voyager, still short. So regulation doesn't mean jack crap. Banks still go out of business. They always have been. They're about to now. Not because of FTX. But now because of FTX too, more banks will be going out of business. They're going to need a bailout. Your tax dollars at work. So all of this ecosystem has something to do with all of us now. It's billions of dollars. And this could approach more than just 8 billion, 16, 20, 30. This could take down funds. This could damage funds and their reputations. A freaking pension fund invested in FTX. Gone. All that money. Can you imagine being retired at 65, 70? You're getting your check, 3 G's a month, 2 G's a month. And you find out that your pension fund invested in this thing called crypto, FTX. They're sending you a letter next week saying your investment has lost 30% of its value, and we can't pay you that exact same money anymore due to an investment. This is crazy. This is affecting people's lives, not only investors, but people who are retired. Money is locked up in FTX that's going bye-bye. Because we already know DOJ, SEC comes in, you're locked down. Everything's on hold at that point. You can go to court and be like, hey, I need to operate, but they're going to go, wait, what do you mean operate? You're not liquid. We need to hold those funds because we're going to have to get it back to the injured parties. Close up shop till we do further investigation. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the notice. My poor Miami Heat. You talking about the FTX arena? Or are you talking about they had a game tonight? Yeah, the poor Miami Heat. Look, man, I've never written Pat Riley in my life. I was like, man, I got to call up the Heat headquarters. The sorry-ass defense that they're playing is sickening to watch. I don't know what's going on in Heatland, but that defense is definitely not Heat defense that we come accustomed to. This is ridiculous. And if they don't play defense, you guys never had the offensive weapon power that we need. So you got to play defense in order to win games in Heatland. I don't know what's going on. You have the same players, but they're not playing defense now. Crazy. And the FTX arena, which is a deal that they had. So what was it? 30 million. So normally, well, I don't know if they paid up front or not. If they've paid up front, that's one story. If they paid annually, that's a different story. 3, 4, 5 mil annually, whatever it was. But man, this is bad. It's over. DOJ, SEC, exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. All right. So now we're 1 hour, 52 minutes in. Please smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about tonight, please stay tuned for the next live stream on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Please join us. It'll be a different subject matter because we have investment strategies. It's a must. So when stocks are going down, they should continue to go down. When home prices continue to go down, crypto is going to continue to go down. When's the entry point to get back in? That's going to be the hardest question, right? Nobody knows the bottom. But this little fallout is just the beginning because the fallout hasn't fully occurred, materialized yet because let me go to the here. I'm going to go look at something here. Oh, I forgot. It got taken down. So I'm going to play a little video. This is going to be another project, crypto, that's backed by real world businesses, oil, gold, silver, agriculture, natural gas. These guys, it's commodities. It's backed. They're operating. They're partners. They have agreements in place with real businesses. They tokenized it. They buy the tokens and burn them from the profits. That's what they do, from the royalties, from the agreements that they have. So therefore, if you're a node holder, which is a license for this, buy at one time, you receive daily income because they mine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How does it mine? They actually have what they call an EGI pool. And that is part of their ecosystem. So part of the royalties, some of the monies also go into the EGI pool when we claim part of the 10%, part of that is broken down into the pools. That's what they're doing. The chain is going to come up where they're going to have their debt chain. Then that'll be mining from the chain. So it all has an ecosystem that is actually working. Real businesses you can go to in Nebraska. The next one's going to be in Ghana for oil. The new oil licenses are going to come out in January. They're going to be $1,000 for the license. Mining the node starts. The token price will probably be 0.5 zeros and a 1. So therefore, get in early, either buy the token or buy the license. Either way, you're going to be a winner. In my opinion, it's backed by oil. They have a scanner system that actually does it. These nodes or licenses, they cost $1,500. XPLR, it's a scanner system that you can actually find the gold, the platinum, the rhodium, the water, the natural gas, and oil under the ground. That is a project called XPLR, $1,500. If you don't have the $1,500, down below, we also have with SSN Lifestyle, we also have the $1,500 XPLR business opportunity. There's $1,250 left. You have $250 increments. Make sure you can use USDT on any of our business opportunities as SSN Lifestyle on different chains, ERC20, TRC20, BEP20, AVAX, Polygon, Matic. All right. If you want to get in on the group business opportunity at $250 versus $1,500. The grow license, $2,500. That's agriculture. The natural gas license, $6,000. Natural gas. They have the largest natural gas deposit in North America. Actually, it's bigger than the one in Saudi Arabia. So that's awesome. So that's why people love the natural gas, and that's why they sold so fast, that the price went up so fast for the licenses. That just gives you an idea. The price is going up for the XPLR in the next 24, 48, 62 hours. I don't know. But it's still at $1,500 as of right now. So if anybody wants to get in on that contribution, let me know before we have to raise the price, whatever it goes up to. So we want to get to the $1,500 before they raise the price to get that license. I'm going to play a video that shows you about the deck box to give you an idea. Okay, the arena, but don't get me started on their play, Eric. I was in a good mood. Exactly. I was too when I started talking about. You can see my demeanor changed after that disgusting performance. Canadian Quebec Pension Fund, done. Yeah, I don't know if they put all of their money into it. I don't think they did. Yeah, that's messed up because, as an LP, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan Board, which invested directly in FTX, has a much broader range of shareholders who may be learning that their retirement dollars just vanished in the thin air. Oh, damn. I didn't read the whole sentence earlier. God dog, Curtis Davis. It looks like wow. It looks like their pension money is gone. No way. I just, man, that's bad. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, only put in whatever you can afford to lose. There is no reason a pension fund should have be putting up their pension holders' money in a freaking crypto project. That was irresponsible. Irresponsible. What the heck were they smoking up there? You serious? Come on, man. Look, the reason why I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, investment strategy number one. We have several. This isn't actually number one in any particular order, but I got to show you something because this is unnecessary. The reason why I say it's unnecessary is this. Most of the time, when we're talking pensions, that money has been put in there from other people. All right. And the other people could be a myriad of people. It could be from investments. It could be from the actual workers that are working there now. But this is insane because you don't have to do that. Here it is, invested directly. And that's all I read earlier. And then this here, I didn't read, has as much broader range of shareholders. And I stopped. But here it is, who may be learning that their retirement dollars just vanished into thin air. Man, that's Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez, okay. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just speechless about this. This is so bad. This is worse. This is like the worst thing ever for crypto. BitConnect and all that was bad, but this here, this is like the meltdown from 2008 when you had all these countries and cities and states from around the world investing in fake AAA rated bonds or products that you can invest in that was rated a D or an F in reality. And it had to do with mortgage backed. And people were buying these, giving Wall Street hundreds, billions of dollars, knowing it was worthless. The Wall Street guys knew it was worthless. They also knew what was going to happen, but they're around the world selling this stuff. And so when things went down, the whole world goes down. This is what FTX just did. This is crazy. All right. Hold on. I'm upset about it a little bit now because I didn't realize there's even more people getting hurt by this. This is just like the meltdown of 2008 in crypto and stocks, not housing market, assets this time. This goes back to destroy crypto, rescue crypto, save crypto. That's literally what it seems like right now. This puts out, and you guys know how this works in the market. I was going to go somewhere, and now that I keep talking about it and being just a little upset by it, I was just going to go somewhere, and I can't remember what I was going to go check out. But nonetheless, I'm a little distressed by this. I have people that have retired. I have friends that have retired, and unfortunately, they're going to find themselves in the same thing, and that's because these are Oh, I know where I was going. It was unrealized. What I mean by that is every pension fund is based on you have new money coming in, similar to the Social Security system. It's leveraged. And if you have less employees, less money goes into the pension fund. So the pension fund has to go and find new ways to get extra money coming in. And generally, the people that have retired, they get a 3% increase every year. But their people they employ do not get the same 3%. So it looks like a green day tomorrow, somehow, in the stock market for futures. What is this? Oh, okay. There's a reason. There must be a count for the House. There must have been some sort of Republican House lead of 219 must have happened. That must be one of the reasons this went up. I'd be willing to bet you that's what's happened. If that didn't happen, there's no other reason for this to be green for futures. Let's see here. What I wanted to show you was this. There's no reason when I have bonds sitting here and I know I have billions of dollars. I'm assuming they had billions of dollars. And if somebody's going to give me, even though they did this, bonds was probably 3%. But all I'm saying is I'd rather have it in a safe place if you're dealing with people's money. And if you have billions of dollars, and what's wrong with getting an extra percent? Some of that deploy to get yourself an extra 2.5, 2. Some of these percentages where it's safe. I mean, there's no reason to take risks like that. This is safe. So all I can say is this is not good news. And I didn't mean to click on that, actually. What I wanted was a bond market because I wanted to see what the short term was. Stansberry Research, sponsored content. Okay. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, because here it is, 2-year 4.5. Right now, this doesn't. So I can't say right now. They gave FTX money like a year and a half ago, probably 2 years ago. 4.7% a year, 4.6. So these are all nice now, but I don't know what they were last year. I think they were 2 point something. So, but even then, if you're holding people's pension money, you shouldn't be doing any high risk in call. That's the funny thing about this. So the investment strategy right now is you can get your bonds for over 4% and go safe. No reason to put your money in a REIT, right? No reason to go give it to, these kind of guys or Fundrise where they're giving you 5% return when you can get 4% safe and liquid. Because when you put your money in those things, you're not liquid. You can't withdraw it. You can't do anything. You don't get back at the end either. It's not like they say, okay, you can withdraw your money after your 1 year. No, you can't do anything. You're locked until they sell that asset. We're talking about REITs. We're talking about Fundrise. We're talking about capital stuff, right? So you're locked. And when they're leveraged, they might have to sell off their properties. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen after all this. This is just getting worse and worse, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're 2 hours in. Please smash the like button. I'm going to play that video for the debt box. So you guys, I rarely have played this. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You want something that's backed by real world commodities and it's crypto related, and you get daily rewards, which actually is daily income because you can withdraw. So that's pretty awesome. So let's see if I can find that. Here we go. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is 3 minutes. So get your pen, pads, and papers ready. Write it down. Check it out.
Blockchain is redefining how we operate as a society, from supply chain to payment solutions. But the multi-step, profound essence of the technology also creates conditions that add confusion to the cryptosphere, sometimes feeling like opportunities are reserved for the upper elite. Revolution occurs when the physical and digital converge at a single point, where a whirlwind of ideas demolishes old concepts and builds something new amidst the ruins. Introducing the decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology known as the DEPT ecosystem. DEPT is a vertically integrated, all-inclusive and home-based solution to blockchain complexities. All of the projects are unique in that each one is supported by or linked to a specific sector in the commodities market. Moreover, the collision of crypto and precious natural resources have generated a token that binds the entire system together. This is where crypto meets commodities. The DEPT token is the central support and utility token for the DEPT ecosystem. It features a growing list of token projects that will boast swap pairing with the DEPT token. Other ecosystem projects are deflationary, with transfer fees to support the network, discouraging frequent trading. Because of this, ecosystem token holders will be encouraged to transfer their project token value to the DEPT token before transferring and using it for trading and liquidity. Given its central role on the platform, the DEPT token will generate increased demand as more and more projects enter the ecosystem and projects mature. At its core, the DEPT ecosystem collectively gathers all sectors in the commodities market. Black Gold, or BGLD, is a revolutionary blockchain project based on the physical production and sale of crude oil. Natural Gas, or NATG, is an innovative blockchain project designed to streamline efficiencies in the world of exploration and is working to enhance the physical production and sale of natural gas. Grow's groundbreaking technology fosters participation in the growing industry of high-yield agricultural products. Digital linked metals, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, use cutting-edge technology to locate and extract rare precious earth metals. Along with our partners, both foreign and domestic, we ensure every metal token is linked with its physical counterpart. With many more projects on the horizon, the main goal of the DEPT ecosystem is to present complex commodities markets to you in a way that is easy to both understand and participate in, rewarding you for your support. The DEPT ecosystem is where crypto meets commodities. We are committed to projects that empower you, influence history, discover unexplored territory. Shift perceptions with thedebtbox.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's just a little heads up for you. So again, 2 hours and 10 minutes in. And so just want to let you know, we do have a project for you. Again, these nodes or licenses that you buy, you have a couple of ways you can do this. You can buy a license, just be a member. You have to pay $10, $15, $20 per month, whatever it's going to be. They've adjusted some pricing. It used to be 50, but there's a $15 a month, I think is the smallest amount. That's called IX Global. That's down below. You can go there and then buy a node. Like I said, XPLR is the scan system. That isn't even effective yet. We still receive royalties. We still receive mining. They have oil, BGLD. That one's coming out in January for the oil rig that's going to be in Ghana. That's $1,000. Then we have the natural gas, which is $6,000. The biggest oil field in North America. They have 4% of that oil field. It's huge. And that's in Nevada. So they receive royalties from that. They burn the tokens, and then they buy the tokens in the open market from the royalties, then they burn them. All right. So that's part of the ecosystem on all of the projects. Then they have agriculture, which is grow. So that's 2,500. The best two projects, in my opinion, is natural gas if you can afford 6,000. The next one, XPLR, is that's the number one. In fact, I'll just give you my ranking. Number one is XPLR, number two is natural gas. Oil, BGLD coming up, depends on many, many factors. But if they do the oil, they're only going to have 5,000 licenses. I don't know if they're going to start off, they're supposedly 1,000. That's when all the licenses start off for 1,000, but they're only going to sell 5,000. So I don't know if all of a sudden they're going to go, we have people where you can charge 5,000. I don't know, but it's supposed to be $1,000. So that would be a good one to get into if you could anywhere. So we're going to have lots of opportunities for you. Just like here, we have the XPLR, which is a satellite scanning system that finds the platinum, the rhodium, the oil, the water, the natural gas. That's what they use. They're putting up their own satellite in Q1, the first quarter of 2023. They charge people. There's their ecosystem for that. Plus, they'll receive royalties for finding some items, some precious metals. All right. So just keep that in mind. So the project's actually doing pretty well without them even having their own satellite. They're using time on another satellite. So that's pretty cool. So that's awesome. So we have a group economic plan. If you want to get in, I mentioned it earlier, $250 minimum. You can see the link down below. It's called the $1,500 XPLR. That'll take you to SSN Lifestyle, the sister property. All right. We're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, because I had something happen today. Not only is it a bad day for FTX, but apparently in the last not 24 hours, but we'll just call it last night, somewhere between yesterday and this morning, last night, and sometime early morning, somebody broke into my vehicle, smashed the window. Luckily, all that happened was they smashed the window. But unfortunately, I didn't find out about it till this afternoon. So I couldn't get it replaced. So hopefully everything will be okay until I can get that replaced tomorrow. Really, it was a passenger window, not the driver's side. So which has more controls in that side. So that's a good thing. That it was only the window, no body damage. And it wasn't a back window because one of the windows in a car is not something that's only going to cost $100. All right. So that was a good thing that they smashed the right one, the cheapest of all the windows, right? All the conveniences, the cheapest of everything. No steering wheel in the middle so you can replace everything easily. No obstructions. It's on the passenger side and it's the right window. That's all I could say. Any other window, it would be who knows what, because other windows have things in it, and some tinting in it. And no, we don't want that. So anyhow, nobody's hurt. Nothing else happened. Didn't even take anything because there was nothing in the car. They just freaking broke the freaking window for no reason. It's ridiculous. Went through the glove box. I don't know what these people are doing. Easily could see in. The windows aren't tinted all the way around or anything. So you could easily looked in and been like, okay, there's Nothing in here. But still broke the window. Alarm didn't go off because they're professionals, I guess. They didn't open the doors. So I didn't have the smash didn't go off. The cameras, for some strange reason, didn't go off either, which is go figure. So anyhow, a bad day there. And I had to waste a lot of time, like I'm going to have to waste tomorrow to go find that out. Crazy stuff. So sorry to hear this, Eric. Thank you, Professor Auntie Val. Yeah. Crazy, crazy world. Third world country. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, boss. Crazy in these streets. Thank you, Vanessa Cumagate, the seamless genius. Yeah, it's getting crazy out here. I just don't get it. But, hey, it happens. I've had stuff all my life. No, I'm not in Cali. You know I'm not in Cali because even though it happens everywhere, it didn't happen in Cali ever. Like, well, I shouldn't say ever. But no, in GA, Georgia. So that's and I'm in that area where, let's just put it this way, rental cars cost more than an arm and a leg to rent because of activity. I'm in a place where insurance rates are higher than South Florida because of activities. All right. That tells you all you need to know when it comes to cars. If it costs more to insure a car than in South Florida, you got problems. If a rental car costs more than in South Florida, you got problems. It's just ridiculous. But anyhow, nobody's hurt. Everything's cool. Just you feel violated because it actually happened outside of a home. So you feel a little like, okay, you know, you kind of like, all right, we got to go check this out. Victor Marrero. Yeah. No, Georgia, man. Georgia, of all places. Now, I got to say, in California, I've had cars stolen all the time. That's the funny part. In California, here's how it works. In California, the cool cars, the newer cars, not stolen. The old cars, stolen, right? They break the column. You can put something in the ignition, start the cars up. The old school cars. There's so many ways you can just steal the old school cars. So I have old school cars that people want to steal. Let's just put it that way. The Cutlass types, the Grand Am types, the what else? Old school BMWs, even those got stolen. I had one car stolen so often. The old school car stolen, 80s or 70s. Was it 70s or 80s? Anyhow, the one where you could just not bust a column, but yeah, you could stick something in the ignition and turn it, and then it would bust the column still. So I just stopped. I was just like, damn, all right, stolen again. Police calls me. That car was stolen like 4 times. 4 times. Just came out of a store, gone. Come out the house, gone. It was crazy. Because they knew how to do it. And it was by different people. They were caught. Police caught them. Everybody got caught, which is the funny thing. And the thing that pissed me off about it in Cali is 2 times the car was within 1 mile. Well, not even a mile of my house. Not even a mile. That's the funny thing. And the police calls me up and says, hey, we found your car, but we towed it. I'm like, what are you talking about? It runs? They're like, yeah. One guy jumped out after they caught him, jump out the moving car and started running. I'm like, okay, you caught him, right? They're like, yeah, we caught him. So why didn't you just call me up and say, come get my car when you know I'm like, in this particular case, it wasn't even a mile away or half a mile. It was literally, I walk outside and I could see them down the way. That's how close this is. Maybe 300 yards down. I see lights lit up in the thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we were down the street from your house." I said, "Yeah, I see the lights lit up right now. What are you saying?" "Oh, your car's already towed." What that meant was, though, $285. It's on a weekend, so now they won't open it up unless I give them an extra $50 or $75. So cost me $350, even though the thing was less than 300 yards away from my house. Another time, 200 yards from my house, and they towed it instead of coming to get me. I'm just like, this is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I got 2 cars stolen in my life. First one 40 years ago, my brand new Datsun, and the second one about 15 years old, 50. Oh, the Mustang 5.0. Yeah, easy to steal. Exactly. Right on base, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So I know the feeling. Yeah. Luckily, now this car's newer, so it goes by the key fobs. So unless you have the stuff that high-end criminals will have, where they can actually get the key from your house, the key code using the scan system, and it gets the key code, then the alarm's going to ring out, so they can't actually steal it. And so far, most people in America don't have that. They have them in Africa, though. But yeah, they didn't steal the car, though. They just ransacked. Well, like I said, they were leaning in. Apparently, they didn't open the door. There's no damage anywhere. All they did was break the window, went through my glove box, went through my center console. And that's the only places you can even look for stuff. So there's nothing in there. There's nothing of value. No monies, no guns, no nothing. So it was a waste of time. Nothing stolen, nothing smashed up other than that. So I'm just like, what was your point? And not tenant either. So they could have just looked in. No point. But apparently they thought I must have had something in there. Kind of wild. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's no fun. But yeah, I've had cars stolen. So this right here, car's not stolen, still in the driveway. So as long as that's cool, all's good. Even if it is stolen, all good. It doesn't really matter. I'll get another one. It's, paid off, so it doesn't really matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up. 2 hours, 23 minutes. And that also delayed me from dropping a video today. But now I'm going to drop one tomorrow, or 2 now, because I was supposed to drop one today. Now I have to make 2 tomorrow for you guys. So 2's coming out. There's going to be the updates on the FTX. So that's going to be one of them. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about our cash flow NFT. So you guys already know what it's going to entail for that. So we can get to that 5,000. So we can get that NFT for the UK. So we can lock that in. And then we'll work on that XPLR at the 1,500, whichever one you want to do. If you want to get into any one, get in now. Okay. Yeah, Vanessa, here's the other sad thing. Cameras. Yeah, the cameras. Yeah, we have cameras. Whatever the frick's going on, it doesn't show on camera. The camera has a motion to it. It didn't pick up any motion, so it didn't see it. So it didn't come on. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, so yeah, I was upset because I said, oh, I'm going to get to find out who it is. And then all of a sudden going through, it's like, wait, what? The camera actually does these motion sensors. And so it starts recording. It's not recording 24/7. So it does the motion. And apparently we find out now after what happened today that it's not effective. So now we got to get some other cameras. Because I actually walked outside and it didn't show me walking outside to find the window broken in the first place. So I was like, wait, where's the images of when I walked outside in the first place? Not there. And then I was like, where's all the rest? Not there, not there. All the other motions, not there. I'm just like, oh, damn. So we don't have that. So now we got to get a new camera set up. So thank you for mentioning that. Yes, that has come to light as well, because I thought I was going to be able to find some clowns. I like doing things personal. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a good time here in Georgia. Let me go find these clowns. But no, now I can't even find them. Wow, that's not good. Okay, get a pit bull. Exactly. Got to get some early warning systems, right? Jeez, this is crazy. But yeah, that's going to be a replacement situation for sure. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Save yourself here. I gave you a couple investment strategies that we're going to be talking about because these are the number one investment strategies for 2023. Crypto that's backed by real world businesses. That's the only way I'm going from now on. All the DAOs, all the nodes, all these other projects that are just backed by their word of mouth saying, hey, we're doing this, doing that. Them days are over. And now that we're finding out over the last 3 years that all of these exchanges, all of these companies, they're all doing the same playbook. Buy our tokens just so they can go and leverage their tokens into loans for them. And Alex Machinsky at Celsius Network apparently was doing some sort of trading himself with investors' funds. Can you believe this? This is just, I don't even know what to say. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. They're all out here doing the same thing and acting like it's the people's money. They're working for us. Don't worry, everything's fine. And the whole time, they're out here doing all kind of nonsense behind our backs. And the funny thing about crypto is it's trackable. So all this stuff comes to light because people are able to find the wallets and then they can look at the movements and find out what's happening. They didn't volunteer this stuff. This is crazy. But then again, he would have been in jail because it's licensed in New York. So he wasn't even supposed to be touching the investors' funds doing some trading. So this is just crazy. Just crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff. Yep, they're like politicians could care less. Exactly. Yep, it's a scam. Yeah, it's ridiculous what's going on. And so now it's like I was down with crypto simply because, let's call it what it is. If you can have a currency, so to speak, that isn't manipulated, now it's just like the dollar. It's being manipulated. That's no matter which, you're getting tokens, you're getting coins, but they're all being manipulated, pumped, then dumped. There doesn't seem to be any sustainable project that's out there. So forget sustainable projects. Let's go with projects that are backed by real world companies that we know we can go touch. We can go see. We can go talk to people. None of this, Justin Sun, we don't know who you are. None of this, Sam Bankman-Fried, no, we don't know who you are. None of this. We can go touch these things. It's an actual asset. All right. So that's all I'm saying at this point. That's how it's going to have to go for me for 2023 and beyond. Although, I like trying to do some high risk maneuvers every now and then, but those days are going to be over because over the next 2-3 years, no high risk anything can be done at this point because any money you put out, you need that money to come back. That's the problem. Passively, you need money to come in. You don't need money to go out and then it's lost. We need it to keep coming in. So I'm going to stick with projects that are backed by real world stuff and licensed and regulated. That's the best way we can do it, just like a stock, licensed and regulated company, but nobody can win all the time. So you still have to do your due diligence. You still have to only invest what you can afford to put in because there's no guarantees. But we can go a little safer. That's all I'm saying. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And here it is. No more get-rich-quick projects for me. Only sustainable projects. Exactly, Laverne Penix. That's for me too. That's what I'm saying. After all this 2 years, 3 years of nothing but, L's. Let's call it what it is. Celsius, L, Nexo, no better. BlockFi wasn't in that, but still no better. Voyager, a little coins on there, gone. I mean, the list goes on and on. Hector, down 99%. Power, down 99.9%. What was the other? The Dows, Olympic, whatever it was, gone. 99%. I mean, all of them. Even our drip that was looking good for that time period was $100 down, 99%. I mean, it's just like everything took a bath, took a beating. No way around it. No way around it. Lots of young investors still adding money they can't afford to lose in the crazy crypto platforms. Exactly. No more crazy crypto platforms. In fact, I got to remove, what was it? My EasyTron bot. Still talking about we're going to cancel. First, it was every Monday withdrawal. We'll send you your principal that you put in. Okay, a month goes by. Then they start their Fund Me TB. So then I'm sitting there, nothing comes out. So then they say, oh, well, the old system, blah, blah, yeah, whatever they got to say, just leave it in there. You'll get funded sometime. Okay, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks go by, nothing. So then I talked to some guys and they're like, oh, yeah, just cancel your wallet withdrawal and fund it to Fund Me BTB. I do the Fund Me TB. Here it is 2 weeks later or 1 week, whatever it is, still hasn't moved from there to Fund Me TB either. So it's showing on the payment channel that there are withdrawals being sent from the old system and the new system. Unfortunately, nobody I know has gotten a withdrawal. And I'm in a group. Nobody in the group has received a withdrawal. They're all saying no, still waiting, whether it's to their wallet or whether they canceled and went to the Fund Me TB. No go. Novatech, all of a sudden having issues after over 2-3 years. This is just ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. Ridiculous. Professor Auntie Val with the heart, with the support. Thank you, EasyTron bot. Exactly. Yeah, I could never get with those. Didn't make sense to my brain. Well, it didn't make sense. We were just taking a long shot. It never made sense. None of them made sense. It was just high risk. All of them were high risk, high rewards, high risk. That's why you can only put in what you can afford to lose, but you don't like losing on all of them. I mean, all of them are L's. All of them. I like this one, though. It's backed by something tangible. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate, for the reasonable person like you are. Yeah, this is medium risk to me. It's low to medium. And I'm saying medium because I always err on the side of caution. But the other stuff was straight high risk all the time. No way around it. Laverne Pennick says EasyTron bot is a slow rug pull. Yeah, that's what it appears to be. That's what it appears to be, because they keep saying we're going to give you your money, they're going to transfer your money, and we're sitting here. I'm like, okay, your story about, oh yeah, I got hacked, whatever. I'm like, okay, that sounds like the normal rug explanation. So bad. So no more of those projects, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, METB leadership are drinking margaritas at Rio de Janeiro on our money. And in fact, you know what's weird? Somebody mentioned, I think some of these guys are in the DR. That's what's so sad about this too. It's sickening. That's why they were going to have their first meetup in the Dominican Republic. So I think some of the owners for My EasyTron bots from the DR. Doesn't make it any better, but I'm just saying. Freeway US also stopped withdrawals. No long-term vision. Nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants to become rich overnight. Exactly. Wow. Well, there we go. No more of these projects, ladies and gentlemen. So from now on, I've talked about the high risk, high rewards. And now we're going with low risk to medium risk. But at least, again, 2023 and beyond, a strong block, same stuff. I mean, everything was looking good. Everything was rolling until November 2021. And all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Everybody's waiting for the next uptick. But now we're finding out the uptick only meant they had a rush of people coming in. It wasn't the project actually doing something. So they were basically using investor funds to pay other investors. That's all they were doing. So what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? This is just bad news. They all went by the wayside. What about the EMP? I didn't put anything in the EMP. I think it was EMP. What happened with them? But again, it doesn't really matter. All of these projects, they don't seem to stay around forever. They seem like they have a year, year and a half maximum, and then they're gone. Not sustainable. So sorry to hear that. I'm using the Airbnb concept for mall rentals. I like it. That's passive income. Are you talking about the what exactly are you talking about? Are you talking about no, you're not talking about the store. You're talking about fingernails to go. Is that what you mean? Like you're getting the seat or you're getting the kiosk? What do you mean exactly? Airbnb is short-term rentals. So are you saying like a week, a month? You're trying, are they going to allow you to do that in a mall? Let me know what you're talking about here. The seamless genius must have come up with some other awesome concept. Always thinking, boss. I know. She's coming up with another concept, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, she comes up with some badass ecosystem projects that she could do. And so that is the seamless genius at work. Airbnb in a mall. That's interesting. That's interesting. You'll have to go over this on Friday night if you join us. I want to hear more about this. If it's not going to be fingernails to go, because fingernails to go, I started thinking more and more about it. I was all gung ho about it, and I was sitting there like, wait a minute, I have a disconnect after we started about implementing things. I was like, okay, there's so many different steps that we have to do to make it work. So it looks like there's not going to be a ring of fire opportunity, because even the mall project, even that project, even the one where I was going to set up office and then have people come through, then that still means you need people there because it's a countertop unit. So we'll see. All right. I actually watched a documentary Saturday from DR, the 60 Minutes US version, and the journalist said the Department of Justice has now the METB case. Well, there we go. Victor Marrero, where did you see this? Well, I guess they are in the Dominican Republic. Guess they didn't get hacked after all. Let me know if you saw this on YouTube. Where can we find this? I need a link. All right, I got two people doing for me now. I will break it down next stream. Vanessa Comagate. Hopefully it's Friday night at 9:10 p.m. This gets me a little anxious. I love how you figure out these little puzzles and put them together, and then you turn it into cash, this money-making machine. And it's not little stuff like $2,000 or $1,000. You're like, no, this is going to get me $20,000 per month, $10,000 per month. You figure out a system, and you also figure out a way to help and benefit everybody involved. So I love it. This is beautiful. I can't wait to hear about this. So you guys got to come back at the 9:10 p.m. Friday night live stream to hear this. This is business, ladies and gentlemen. You want investment strategies? Come back on Friday night if she can make it. And this ought to be a special treat, because she comes up with some awesome little twists that everybody can do if you want to apply it. So that's why you don't want to miss it. I will send it to you. They are under investigation Okay, so Laverne Penix, unfortunately, it looks like we're not getting our money off of there, man. That explains everything. Our money's locked. If the DOJ and the DR, they operate like America, that means our money's locked. That's why none of the money is moving. So they're sending money. They're sending, I don't know what money they're using to send to these people, or they're just putting a fake withdrawal channels on there. Damn. Let me know, Victor Marrero, though. Where did you find it? Because I want to find this like ASAP, because I got tired of all these guys in this little group always talking mess, and they want to block people, because I kept telling them I'm pretty direct about it. I'm like, hey, man, you guys keep saying the council members talk to these people. I'm like, that's BS. In fact, that was just yesterday. I said, it's BS, man. There is no council members talking to these people, because why aren't the council members even doing any updates? Why aren't the owners actually coming out here? And that tells you all you need to know, right? You don't stay hidden when you have people's money sitting there. Let me see. 60 Minutes, Dominican Republic TV show. They actually have a 60 Minutes Dominican Republic. I just Googled it to see, but I want that like ASAP, because now I can share with these guys our money's not coming. This is crazy. If that's crazy. Well, it hasn't come up. Oh, wait. Hold on. 60 Minutes. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let me see if this comes up in the Google. Photocopier salesman. No. 60 Minutes. No. All right. Well, there's nothing coming up on Google, but that doesn't mean anything, because I don't even know. Yeah, we need that like ASAP. Let me know where you found that. I think I might be able to find it, but we're gonna talk about this on Saturday. Nuria Investigates or something like that. Okay. Okay. That gets us a little better. Nuria. But where did you see it, though? I mean, you didn't see it on TV, because they're not going to air that. All right. I'm not finding it by Google. So where did you see it? That's the $1 million question. Oh, there we got something. Nuria Investigation. Number 5. Okay. Let's see. My Easy Trombot. Yep. I think I found it. Nuria Piera. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube 4 days ago. It's on YouTube 4 days ago. Okay. So for everybody that's in, here goes. I'm just pulling off. It's in Spanish. Well, I found it, I think. This is it right here. It did come up. Nuria Investigates. It's 22 minutes, it appears. So I'm going to, it's 14 minutes. And my EasyTron bot, yeah. Oh yeah, she's speaking Spanish. So it's going down. She's talking about it. So if you're on YouTube, hit the CC, get your closed caption, and then go over and click the wheel, change the Spanish generated to auto translate, and then go to English if you don't understand Spanish. So that's how you'll at least, well, there it is. There it is. So they are in the DR. Damn. I guess we lose, ladies and gentlemen. METB, even though there's a promise, there's no promise happening now. Well, I guess I have another reason to make another video about METB, my EasyTron bot. So we can't withdraw just like Freeway US, just like FTX, just like whoever else now, Voyager, Celsius, all of them. Jesus, another bloodbath day for crypto, another bad day. Only means it's going to be regulated, but when? And even then, this would not stop these rug pulls and all this nonsense. All right, enough of disgust for the evening. We got it going. Let's get it back into positive attitudes. We have opportunities before us before things get crazy, and the opportunity is $250 on up to $5,000. Or in this case, 6,000 if you want to get a natural gas token. But please use the links down below. Get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Those links are down below. And thank you, everybody, for your contribution. And thank you very much, Victor Marrero. Yes, I saw on her YouTube channel, she has 411,000 subscribers. So, and I see she actually has other episodes. So she has been doing this for a while. So yes, and she's actually it looks like she's in a news location as well. So 14 minutes is 14 minutes and 22 seconds is how long the video is. So there we are. There we are. Well, it looks like somebody's going to jail then over there. So they know where they are, which is very interesting that these guys are hidden to my EasyTron bot investors, but the DOJ found them in the DR. This is crazy. So they weren't like hiding, so to speak, or hiding in plain sight, I guess, probably. Wondering, I'm pretty sure what happened is it triggered the financial statements and financial crimes when these guys were like, hey, these guys have $1.5 million in their bank. We don't know where it's coming from. They've been in here withdrawing $20,000 a day. We don't know where it's coming from. That's a lot of money in the DR, you guys. So it's not the norm. If somebody's withdrawing 20,000, even 2,000 or 3,000 a day or a week, that's not normal. They'd be going, wait, where's this money coming from? And then if you had red flags, 30 G's, 50 G's, 100 G's, 1 million, all of a sudden you're getting, whoa, where's this coming from? So all I'm saying is this is crazy. Wow. Wild, wild west. Exactly. It's nothing more than just like the banking system, except the banking system has the air of legitimacy because they say we're regulated by the SEC. We're regulated by FTCs. We're regulated by banking laws. We have insurance for our investors or our depositors. But in reality, if you have a bank run and you have a bank run that in depositor insurance, you might not even get all your money, even if you have less than 250,000. All right. And even right now, I told you guys already, the bank's holding up brokerage accounts still. The bank closed. They gave their accounts to another bank. Everybody that has a brokerage account, our money's gone, stolen here. We're in America. Gone. So all I'm saying is it's happening everywhere all the time. It's crazy. Let's take them to court so we can get our money. Hey, Unfortunately, they're in the international waters. They're not an American company. You know how it works. We would have to go to the DR, though. That's pretty much it. Live and learn. Laverne Penix, that's exactly right. Hey, nobody wins by staying the same. You always have to take risk. And some people say, Eric, what's risk? I don't want to spend my money in crypto. That's a high risk for me. Okay. Well, here's what risk looks like also. When you have a job and you're making $100,000 a year and you've worked there for 3, 4, 5 years, and the company's on the stock market, the company has these nice plush offices, nobody's saying anything, and somehow another person buys it, and then you get fired. That's risk. But most people don't associate that type of risk with investment risk. But it's a risk because you're not guaranteed a job even tomorrow. You're not guaranteed your company's even going to be around tomorrow. But that doesn't seem to be a risk for most people. So it all depends. But yes, live and learn. But these high risk, high maneuver stuff, I'm done with those. All right. I can't even get involved with no more. I have to go with high risk, but I'm going with the lower risk backed by something like Vanessa Comagate was talking about. It's being beyond Wild West. It's straight up corruption. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. All right. Enough of this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back on Friday night. We're going to find out from the Seamless Genius this awesome, whatever has come up in her brain. This is going to be very interesting because whatever she comes up with is always awesome. So you don't want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night, 9-10 p.m. Come back here for some wild thing. And I'm calling it wild. But all I'm going to say is this is a learning tool because you can apply even what she told us before for the other business, Fingernails to Go. You can apply that to other products when you wrap your mind around it. And so she might be giving us something else that you can apply to something that you're doing where you can make money. So that's what's going to be pretty awesome. All right. And here she says it again. She says it again. High risk, high reward. There's another safe option, but that option will keep you broke. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. So simple. See, to her, when you're a genius, it's always simple. When you figure out the little backdoor moves and unlocking it, and then you're like, oh, this works. The ecosystem works. Now we're talking. I love it. I can't wait. I'm all ears. Yep. It has nothing to do with Fingernails to Go. I figured that it didn't. I figured it was something else. I love teasing y'all. I know. Last time, I think she had, what was it? $100 was on the line if somebody could figure out how to do their Fingernails to Go. I knew it had to do with the machine, but I couldn't figure out her ecosystem. So when she came up with her ecosystem about the students, I said, okay, it made sense. I figured she didn't give us that little teaser, but I figured it had to be the machine. I figured it had to do with the people, but I couldn't figure out how the connection worked. She figured out how the connection works. She's going to have a kiosk where she's actually going to have these people that just finished school, which is they're looking for a place. She's going to charge them a little bit of money to be at a kiosk where they can actually get their clients from the kiosk and build their business from there and charge them a little bit of fee that pays for the kiosk. I thought that's awesome, that little connection. And then she had where the person had to buy the machine and she had somebody that could finance it. So now the person can come in and go, I don't have $5,000 for the machine or $5,000 for this business. So she's like, oh, here, sign on this dotted line. And then she had her deal where it's a derivative. It's a piece of paper. That's a debt note. So now she gets to take it to her person that's going to finance it. Sure, they're going to cut whatever deal they have. I don't know what the deal was, but let's just say $4,000. She gets to keep $4,000. He keeps $1,000 and he finances it. It's money out of thin air, ladies and gentlemen. That's what banks do. That's what when you get a mortgage, that's what they do. They're creating money out of thin air. The contract is worth $5,000 plus interest. You get paid up front, just like a gym. I told you guys about that before. That's how gyms operate, and this is why they go out of business, because they can't keep signing up people. So that's why gyms always have to keep getting new customers, because once a person fulfills the contract or quits, then you're not going to get any money coming in again, because usually they use that as a derivative. They collect $100,000. They go down and see a guy. The guy says, here's your 60,000. They take all that up front. Now you have to sign up more people. So all I'm saying, that's why whenever you go to a gym, normally the gym doesn't take your payment. It's assigned to some sort of another financial arm. So that's how it always works. So they get paid up front for the paper, a certain percentage. So anyhow, all right. Oh, she says I gave you, yeah, okay, I gave you a hint, boss. Airbnb for business. Yeah, she's giving us a hint again, ladies and gentlemen. She's saying it's super easy. Now, she said a mall, though. So I'm just going to say it again. She said a mall. When you say a mall, there's restrictions in a mall. So my mind can't get wrapped around where I can Airbnb at a mall, because first of all, they're going to say you have to have X. But I'll say, okay, I can go down this path. I'm going to say I'm going to have it doesn't matter what the business is, but I'm going to make one up. I'm going to say I'm going to have a co-working space where all of us influencers, entrepreneurs, we can go in and use the facility. But you get to rent it out. Something like that. Something like that. You can rent it out for use. Oh, wait, hold on. You have a weekly radio show. We could actually pull this off, because people are doing this already at warehouses. But she's referring to Airbnb-ish, like short term. So she's in LA, though. That's the other thing. So she might be able to pull this off, especially if I call it a certain thing, the mall will let me put it in there. Then I can break it up into certain sections. Then I can have people come and use their section and rent it out. Something along that line could work, actually. All right. I know I can get warm. You're getting warm. I know I can get warm. I just can't. You come up with the twist. That's the thing. I can't get past that to make it an ecosystem. But we will see what she comes up with, ladies and gentlemen. On Friday night, I hope she's able to make it back on Friday night at 9-10 p.m. And so we can talk about this further, because if she's talking about a mall again, that means, once again, anybody can do this. So don't miss Friday night. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got to wrap it up. It's 3 hours. So I got to go. I got to get some tea in my system. And by the way, I got to talk about health every now and then. All right. She's committing, ladies and gentlemen. She's committing. Hopefully she's going to be well and everything's going to be fine. See you guys Friday. That'll be awesome, because don't want to miss this one. I might even have to do a promo for this, Vanessa Comagate. I mean, not just send out an email. I might have to post up in social media and have a little, promotional activity going towards this on Friday. That would be different, because I don't even really promote live streams. I just send out an email and then rely on YouTube to send notifications. But I might have to start doing it, because they're not giving out the notifications or anything hardly. I mean, it's ridiculous. So anyhow, this is going to be awesome. You don't want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track, which actually is freaking genius, because there's a lot of people out here that needs to side hustles, and they don't have too many places to go to. So this could be something. Oh, no, the pressure. No, just for the fam. All right. No worries, Vanessa. I didn't mean like social media all over the place. No, what I meant was Stop Struggling Now properties, the email, and then on one of the Instagram or something. So anyhow, just a little pressure for you. Just a little pressure. Not a lot. No, not open to the general population. Only people that follow Stop Struggling Now, the SSN Nation. So this will be interesting. But don't miss Friday night, everybody. And so once again, I want to thank everybody for being here on the Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only, and members with the icon. If you're still here, thank you so much for your support, because you give me more support than YouTube does. You guys know that. They don't like sending out these videos. They don't like sending out anything that I do, because I give you guys the straight, real deals. And now it's affecting. It's almost like that free speech thing, right? It's like, hey, he's giving us the deals. He's talking about real world stuff. No, no, no. You got to stay in a lane. We want you to talk about credit. We want you to get people in debt. That's what we want you to talk about. Then we'll promote that video, but we're not promoting anything else. Only if you do credit. I'm like, nope, not doing credit no more, man. That's selling out. I don't need you guys getting more credit. We need people getting more money. No credit, more money. And we need passive money if possible. We can't do credit anymore. Well, not at this moment. We'll talk credit in about a year and a half. I'll still do some credit stuff because of smart credit, but I'm not going to be sitting here saying, go get this credit, do this, do that. We'll come out in another year, year and a half. Then we'll be talking about what we're going to be doing. But that credit's going to be talking about refinancing and taking money out and buying some asset. That's what we're going to be talking about. All right. So that's the credit that we're going to be talking about. No more credit stuff generally, other than to make sure you fix your credit, because all these people that are losing jobs and all that, you're going to have to fix your credit. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about business credit and things like that. But the stuff where we're saying go out and get credit, build your credit, do all this, that, and the other. No, no, no. Reestablish credit. I might do 1-2 videos a year. But generally, the credit thing, no. Right now, we got to get passive income. Next year, we got to buy a house. Yeah, well, whether it's late 2023, second quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, or 2024, that's when you're going to buy your sweet spot for the house. They're going to be 50, 60% off, and we'll go from there. All right. Okay. We'll see you on Friday, and everybody else see you on Friday, 3 hours in. And remember, again, thank you guys so much for your support, your understanding, and I appreciate it all these years. And I will see you on Friday myself. Some more videos coming out tomorrow. Damn, I forgot. I got a window situation, so maybe no videos coming out tomorrow. Depends on how long that's going to take. All right. So with all that said, regardless of what's happening out here, regardless of what the government's going to do, stay vigilant, be happy, and keep your head up. Keep moving, and I'm out.